Okay then. I do believe I am live. Just doing a sound check now. Yep, that sounds alright. Okay, yes. Hello there everyone. Welcome to my stream where I babble your ears off and show you random things. This is IS Mark 3, and welcome to Mechwarrior Online. I said I'd probably be doing a stream today if I could find time for it, and I am just back from work and finished updating it. So here we are, Civil War updates. So I have shiny things. Shiny things. I've got a full batch of Annihilators. I actually forgot I'd ordered like all of them, so I've got 7 Annihilators and 7 Uziels. I had completely forgotten I'd ordered so many. Oh well, more toys to play with, I suppose. Now, the plan is to have some funsies with these things, wander them into matches, and maybe, just maybe, actually, you know, contribute to the fight. You know? That sounds like it might be an idea. So, I am going to strip out these new death machines I have got access to. So I'm going to strip out all the equipment, all of the gear, new and old. I said I'm going to strip it out, thank you. Strip... Oh, you are stripped out. Okay, right. It's just not updated properly. Yep. Apparently I forgot to... I will take all of your equipment, Uziel. You cannot stop me. There we go, that's why I didn't hit save. Right. So yeah, this Uziel is now dead. And then I'll come back and start to get them geared up as I can. Well, I think I want to run on them, that kind of stuff. But right now it's just about getting all the toys. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Get all the toys that I have been granted access to. Also, why the heck do I have 17 million? I only had like 4 million earlier today. Now I'm at 17. I'm not sure where that's come from. It's either part of the update with all the new tech, or probably part of the update. If so, good on you, PGI. Thank you very much. 15... no, about 12 million-ish? 12 and a half? To help people get new gear. Very nice addition, that. Because I don't think I did anything which would have given me all that extra money. Let's strip you out. Everything. Save. Yes. And then I'll come back and revisit all these things later. Ooh, this one's got LB2X ACs. Nice. Not much else, really. I mean, you can't strip out light ferro and stuff like that, but you can strip out the light engines, which I think the Uziels actually have a lot of. Let's see, engine... No, this guy's got an XL actually, never mind. There's got to be some light engines among all this lot somewhere. Most likely there is. I'm just not seeing it. So let's just strip these guys out. That's all the Uziels now. And I just need to strip out... I might as well strip out the Centurion while I'm at it. I wasn't quite happy with this loadout, so yeah, let's strip it out. Just get the gear salvaged, ready to be used somewhere else. I don't actually have a viable medium mech equipped anymore. So there we go. Okay, and now it's time to give the the Zeus the same treatment, because again this is something I'm not certain of, so might as well tear out the gear. So there we go. And then it's on to the Annihilators and stripping those down for parts. Shame really, because some of these things are pretty beastly. But I want all the gear available so that I can actually, you know, play around with it. And of course I did call the stream all the shiny, shiny things. So I do need all the shiny, shiny things. Also, look at that Annihilator. It's really, really big. If I remember correctly, it has actually replaced the Atlas. I think it is as the biggest mech in the game. It's the tallest mech in the game, certainly. And they also had to adjust the mech base size specifically for the good old Annihilator, because otherwise its cockpit would have been off the top of the screen. So they just shifted it down a bit. You can't see as much of the floor around the feet. And so, yeah, the Annihilator forced them to readjust the mech base size slightly. Which is pretty unique, actually, because no other mechs made them do that. Yes, no, that's the wrong tab. Select mech. Strip out this Annihilator. The 2A version. Thank you. And then we get to the 2 hero units, which are the next ones to be torn apart. The 2AS, which is, I think, just a generic unit, because it's a special version for it if you order it specifically, or something like that. Or if you order a certain combination. It's got it's got a kaiju steel. It looks like a flipping kaiju. Yeah. What a nice paint job that. All scaly and monstery. Well, to be fair, the Annihilators are a bit monster, but there's been a lot of people going, oh, I worry that the Annihilator is going to be dead on arrival. I wandered around in one of these before starting the stream, just on the testing grounds. It didn't feel like it was dead on arrival. It felt like it was a just getting started. Oh, why did that wipe? Just getting start. Just getting start. Okay, for apparently we're... That's weird. Let's move that. Right, that might be it. Why the heck is the star suddenly... Not had... Okay, apparently I can't type in the chat. Going forward. Stop doing that! Okay, I can't apparently sorry about that, I can't seem to respond to you. So yeah. So yeah. Oh well. Mechlab. Right. Yeah, because I want to make sure to strip out. Okay, is that all my mech stripped out now? Blah 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 blah. Yep, okay. All of my mechs have been stripped down for parts. This, the MB has energy and missile, which is, I think, is the only Annihilator with missile hardpoints. And then this guy is a ballistic energy. Let's see what I can do with the 2AS version. Let's try this guy. Expand the loadouts. 6 ballistics spread across all torsos. Look at this stuff. If I remember correctly, there are some heat limits for the racks and things like that. Let's see. Rack 2. Yeah, firing more than 2 rotary autocannons simultaneously will heat spike. So, okay, take those out. I was actually trying the racks in the testing ground as well. I took one of the Annihilators with racks in it, and it was pretty nice. Even if people were thinking the Rack 2 is not very good, I was shredding apart the testing mechs pretty quickly with it, so I'm not sure what to make of it all. Sadly, I don't seem to have any light or heavy Gauss rifles, so I really do think the cash injection came from PGI. Light machine guns, heavy machine guns, regular machine guns. I got a solitary pair of heavy MGs. Oh well. Actually, how many AC-10s can I cram into this? I seem to think there's a heat spike issue with AC-10s now as well. Yeah, firing more than 3 AC-10s at once, which is actually really tricky to do. I don't think IS is actually capable of doing it on most of their mechs, and Annihilator is one of the few that can. So, whatever. Let's check the energy list. What have I got? I've got a snub nose. I've got 5 light PPCs. I've got a bunch of ER lasers. ER mediums and ER smalls are the new ones. Yeah. No heavy PPCs though. Look kind of nasty. Do they look different? No, they look the same. Okay. Right, anyway, let's stop faffing around and let's go ahead and fit this thing for all the DACA. 4 per second, 2 per second, damage 5.8 per second, 10.9 per second, so of course. What's the ranges on them though? Optimum range 540, 450. Actually, I'm not... The Rack 2 seems to have more range on it. But it's like... if I can, why would I take that when I spend 2 more tons and take Rack 5? Because the Rack 5 is twice as much punch compared to the weight. If I remember correctly, that was the concern some people were having. It's like, why take the Rack 2 when you can take a Rack 5? And looking at these numbers, I am actually somewhat inclined to agree. Though that said, the Rack 2 is more accurate. It doesn't spread its projectiles as much. And it's also quite a bit smaller. So I guess with slot limits, Rack 2 would be a superior choice. Let's check the ammo list for them actually. Rack 2, Rack 5. Ammo lists. Let's see. I get 600 shots per ton, 450 shots per ton. Okay, the Rack 5 loses a quarter of its ammo in comparison, so that's something. Let's try this thing with Rack 2s actually. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so it mounts them around the sides like that, and then the arms would put them down here. So there's no point actually having any difference really. There's no point having a left-right firing group. If you've got all these 4 ballistics on the torso here, you might as well actually have them all firing at once because... Yeah, I can see a slight issue there. Okay, let's see. UAC 5s? Is there any heat scaling issues there? No, I could mount this entirely with Ultra AC 5s, and it's like, hello, DACA, DACA, DACA. So that's an option. But I said I'd try the Rack 2s. Something I can do though is fit this out with quad LBX AC 10s. Oh, I pity people who get in front of this thing, because that's really nasty. Oh dear. Oh dear. 6 LB10 ACs. Oh, this thing is gonna be a flipping juggernaut. That said, it's only got 88.5 out of 100 tons, so I could rig it up to endo steel chassis, which would give me some tonnage for just even an engine. So this thing's going to be slow as hell. But you could boat this thing with 6 LBX ACs. Though that said, actually, you wouldn't have the slots to it. You don't have the slots flat out. You'd have to really compromise it. You can't go with any engine except for a standard 200. No ammo. No tonnage for ammo. Right. Anyway, let's do what I said. Let's go with the Rack 2 configuration. So let's see what I can do with that. Don't bother spending anything on the upgrades just yet. I just want to see weapon loadouts and viability. So, Rack 2, Rack 2, Rack 2, Rack 2. There we go. That's all the Rack 2s ready. I'm blocked from the AC-20s, LBX-20s and Heavy Gorses because low arm actuators are blocking all of those items. Of course. So, I've got these Gatling cannons fitted. I need to put some weaponry in. Looks like for a decent punch I will need to use medium lasers of some sort, because large ones would only be able to fit 3 of them. Oh hey Lola, welcome to the stream, such as it is. Oh, the update's out, so I'm just playing with all the shiny things, basically. That's what I've said. Also, Lola, I owe you an apology. You're right, I did actually add you onto my Steam friend list, it's just I forgot, so I don't pay attention to it that much at the moment, to be quite honest, and that's why I forgot about it. But I did remember the other things too. Wait, the FTD update is out? Really? How's that for timing? Do I want Med Pulse or do I want ER Med? I guess ER Med. Let's go with ER Med. Let's make this new equipment only. But now I'm going to have to look at look at FTD and see what's come out for that. More than 300... What? Ooh, I've got a 300 rated light. One of these Annihilators came with a light engine, I think. 48.6 miles per hour. Yeah, that's the concern that everyone had with this. It's like... everyone thought the Annihilator was going to be bad because, flat out, it's got very low top speed. Even out the gate, even maxed out, it's got bad top speed. But that's okay. It's a thing. It's a thing. Do I want to add some more ballistics, or do I want to just go with like this? I've got 20 tons of extra stuff to put into it. I'm not short on space at all, and I've got a light engine, so I've definitely got survivability. I've probably got a standard engine lying around that I could use from one of the other Annihilators. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got all the other Annihilators came with standard engines, so I could easily swap this out to a standard engine. Take a slight tonnage hit, but I get the survivability, and no penalties if I lose a side torso. And I'd still have 2 ER Med lasers in the middle as well, so yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, now I just need to add ammo. Let's start dumping all this stuff in. Is there anything good in the update? If I remember, well, the only thing I'm actually familiar with that might have been coming in is the expanded turrets, or something like that. 9.5, add another half ton. Hey Epics, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry Epics, but I think I'm going to trigger you rather severely with this one. I've just spent 700,000 on ammo. Oh well, let's see what this thing can do. I need to test it to try the weapon configuration. River City. Sure. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Epics. I am prepared for all of the triggering in the chats, because I'm going to be playing with slow mechs. And there's nothing that any of us can do about it. Not even me. Hey, it's fair warning. Thing is, the Annihilator, you can't rig it out to do anything better than... Yeah, the Annihilator, you can't actually rig it to be any better than like a 48 kph mech. It just can't fit an engine big enough. So it's gonna be a sluggish one. Let's see. Okay, that's that side. That's that side. Got all the meds keyed to. Oh, well, that. I approve of the new laser sounds, very much so. But yeah, everyone has been saying, oh, this might be dead on arrival and things like that, because it's really big. It's definitely a sluggish one, but the thing is, of course, that I play mechs at this kind of speed all the time anyway, so I don't care too much. I've got some assault mechs that are this slow regardless, so I can live with it. The question is just really how well is it going to perform? Only triggered when I do it with lights. What about mediums? Because I have got the Uziels after all now. I've got the Annihilators and the Uziels from this update. Okay, let's back this one out. Wait. So basically, Epic, are you saying that you disagree with the urban mechs? Because urban mechs as stock come able to do 32 kph. So is it just the entire ethos of a slow light? Okay, I've got a rack 2 configuration. Right, just have a quick look in the mech lab. Is there anything else I want to do to it? Just the urban mech by itself drives you nuts? Okay, good to know. Well, the urban mech is very different from most other light mechs, to be honest, so let's put some rack ammo in the arms and convert it to a light engine. That should give me better turning on my torso twists, I think. Unless it's just the XLs that do that, but I think light engines improves things as well a little bit, though not as much because it's only like 3/4 weight. So yeah, let's bring that light engine instead. So I put it with the penalty, but it lets me bring more rack ammo, even if it has to be in the arms because of a lack of space. I think that's enough DACA to have to throw at people, really. There we go. Okay, and of course I've got the weapons configured properly as well. So, right, let's go ahead and see what this thing can do. I'm asking for advice, and right now the opinion is I might be streaming too much, and the advice is try to keep things to 2 videos per day, 1 plus the stream video on stream days. Ooh, that sounds relaxing, actually. That sounds relaxing. And just for you, Epic, I am considering switching to an urban mech for the match after this. One of the nice slow ones. Just something like that. Unfortunately, I've always tried to maintain an output higher than 2 per day, so just do. Oh, I get you now. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. I get you. Unless when I stream, I've been posting up 2 vids in a stream vid. Well, that's usually. So just 1 vid, stream, and post the stream. So yeah, that does sound interesting. You wanted to join? Oh, sorry, Lola. Yeah, we can get a group going after this after this match. So. Yeah. Oh look, there's another Annihilator. I am completely unsurprised by that, actually. Though, actually, we've only got 2 Annihilators, 1 Uziel, and 1 Madcat IC. Hmm. Hmm. Not much of a rush for the new mechs going on right now, I think. Mm. I do love chocolate buttons. Nom 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 nom. And an energy drink, trying to keep myself on an even keel right now. Epics, are you wanting to join the group as well, or is it just Odd?
Reactor online. Sensors
No, Epics,
online.
I'm on the main game because Civil War
online.
update was released a few hours ago.
All systems nominal.
So all of this is actually now live.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
I've never actually been on the public test server. Hello, fellow Annihilator, in your fluorescent green. Too slow to cap. Really? Didn't like the new RPGs? You mean the rocket pods?
Enemy
Or do you mean the MRMs? Or do you mean the ATMs actually? Because we got a whole bunch of new missiles. I also forgot to tilt my arm forward. Oh well. No, I never tried it. I wanted to keep it all fresh and surprised. I've watched a couple of opinion videos, which is why I know things like people think the Annihilator is going to be dead on arrival and stuff like that. And we've got a disconnect, it seems. Someone over there. Yeah, this thing is still pretty sluggish on the torso. The Annihilator's always been a pretty slow mech, really. Yeah, I literally got home from work like an hour ago myself, so. You didn't like the new, Oh yeah, I remember the RPGs. They said they were going to be reducing how effective they were, didn't they? Or something like that.
Couple guys on the platform.
I don't think I can fit in the tunnel now. Let's try this. Oh, I can only just fit through the tunnel opening. I was seriously worried that I wouldn't fit for a moment there. Jeez.
Target spotted.
Annihilator is a tall one. Now, the thing is, because of how large this mech is, it's going to be bad at hill fighting.
Resource point Theta is ours.
So I actually need to do corner peeking more. I need to peek around big buildings, ideally. Because trying to walk up a hill, I've got the entire head and neck assembly going to be visible for a long time before I can actually fire anything, because all my weapons are lower down. Oh, and my second torso armor is just already melted. Right, so the cost is half and it's been reduced in effectiveness. Okay. But yeah, I ate a lot of firepower there. Far too much firepower. Let's see if I can help underneath here. Probably be a better idea, to be quite honest. That way I don't have to try and climb up the slope. Hello there. Get out of my way, Kodiak. You outdated machine. You're yesterday's news. Go away.
Enter torpedo. Critical damage. Critical.
Was overheated.
New
Back up.
target acquired. Target destroyed.
I helped. And I've got tons of ammo ready to go downstream, so I can keep this up all day.
Critical damage.
And I just overloaded. This build is not feeling all that punchy right now. The Raksus are definitely viable things. They're just not well suited to all the face time you have to have, apparently. Hello, crab. Yeah, also I don't have the beacons. A gun that just heads the enemy. Ow. There is. There are guns that can just outright blast an enemy's head clean off. I've done it before. The problem is the head is such a small target to hit, so, you know, that's the problem with it. Damage 253. I didn't spend anywhere near all of my ammo, so I could stand to have some more cooling on that loadout, I think.
Hostiles have collected
Or maybe I should just
resources.
crank it up to rack 5.
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I think... unfortunately, I was trying to do rack 2s, but I think the rack 5... Not the head, the heat. What? The heat? What do you mean? Because if you don't mean the head... I'm afraid I don't know the words, so I can't tell what you're on about at all. Okay, let's see. You are now online, so let's create a group. Let's invite you to the group. There we go. Oh, the heat! H-E-A-T. Heat. That's the word you're on about. And there is, actually. There is a gun that actually does just that. Admittedly, it can only push them up to about 90% heat, and then it locks, so that you can't shut them down completely. But you make it incredibly easy for them to overheat. So... it's a weapon that has many drawbacks, but it's also incredibly light, so it's easy to install it too. 2 rack 2s and 2 Ultra AC 10s. That sounds pretty nasty, actually. Okay. Actually, you didn't get any extra money. I must have got some from my packs then, I guess. Also, you don't really have to worry about cost lol because the weapon in question is the flamethrower. You'll find it under the energy weapons. It's very short range, but it's also very small, very light, very cheap. Let's see, 2 racks, 2 UACs. Have I got any Ultra AC 10s? I think I do. No, I don't actually have any UAC 10s. Okay. Let's tear out a couple of racks. Oh, a bigger range gun than the Flamer. No, unfortunately there isn't one. I think the only thing that has any effects is the PPCs. Let's have a look. Heat. That's the Flamer. Heat damage 0.5. Oh no, PPCs used to, but they don't. I remember quite a while back, PPCs used to give heat to the target, but they don't anymore. So, right, yeah, it's just the Flamer's the only one. Let's see, 2 rack 2s and 2 UAC 10s. Let's see. UAC 10s, I've never really got on with the AC 10. I've never really used it, to be quite honest. Like, at all. I need 7 slots free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if I plan to torso mount this, it's going to take up all the space where the ammo was. Oh well. Might as well buy a couple of UAC 10s. I mean, they're 640,000 each, so Oh, I can't actually mount 2 of those things. They're heavy. 13 tons apiece. Hmm. Yeah, they're pretty darn heavy, those things, actually. They're almost as heavy as a flat-out AC-20. I'm going to need to strip out some ammo. UAC-10. That leaves me with a few tons left. Let's strip out the medium lasers. I wasn't really using them. So let's do that. That gives me some extra tonnage to play around with. Let's install some UAC ammo. Tons there, and some tons there. My arms are here purely to carry ammo. So basically my mech runs around carrying big piles of ammo boxes in its hands. It's like, don't shoot my arms, there's nothing here. Ignore these boxes that are marked high explosive. So yeah, that's pretty much how this thing works now. I've got 3.5 tons. I've got about 1,000 shots per rotary AC. What do you mean you still have no plan how the MMO works? Just take on Trail Mac and go. Wait, what are we talking about now, Lollard? Because we're not talking about an. What MMO? You're confusing me. Also, I think I need more heat sinks. Yeah, I said I needed more heat sinks. Oh wow, 0.55 heat management. I really need more heat sinks. Oh, Mechwarrior Online. Okay. I need more heat sinks very badly. Let's drop a bit of rack ammo for some extra cooling. 0.64 heat management. Oh god, that is awful. Save it, yes. 1.3 million, okay. You mean you don't plan how Mechwarrior Online works in the Mech Lab? You just put things together and go charging into battle? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I've got the racks there. I've got those there. Let's key the racks so I can alternate them if I want to maintain a stream of constant bullets. Yeah, I know it's a bit off, but I was overheating a bit much in the previous match, so more heat sinks are wanted, basically. And yeah, I used to play that like that as well. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Also, I seem to have got a slight bug right now. There we go. Forcing it to refresh seems to have done it. But yeah, I was overheating pretty quickly in that last match, so that's why I want some extra cooling ability no matter what. 0.6. Yeah, I remember seeing that on a video now that you mentioned it, that it did that. Let's see, I've got twin ultras, twin racks, 750 ammo per rack. I think I want a bit more rack ammo, to be quite honest. Yeah, let's put some more rack ammo in. Then the UACs have 2 tons each. Okay, that should be fine. Alright. This is going to be a strange thing. Wait, what? Point is, don't go over 2 bits per day. That's what you can handle long term. Actually, yeah, that's pretty accurate. What I can handle long term. Direwolf and an Annihilator. Okay, we've got 2 assault mechs ready to go. In we go. That's what we can handle long term, yeah. Whenever I've been struggling, it's been dropping down to like 2 videos per day. And whenever you start going over it, I get stressed out about things. Yeah, I'll give you that one. It's not low on output at all. It's about an hour per day. Again, yes, because it's video. My typical videos are like half an hour, and that is a lot. Is it? Sometimes I feel like it is. Sometimes I feel like it isn't. I'm not certain. I have been stressing the hell out again lately, though. So Then there's also when I was doing the FTD videos back in the first wave before I crashed and burned on that game for the after the major popularity surge. That was like getting on to about 2 hours recording per 30-minute video. So, and then I was adding other videos on top of that as well. So I guess I'm just not very good at balancing how much I do for the channel, even though I've been doing it for so long. I'm just a complete nutter, basically. Lovely energy drink. Okay, let's see. I've got the Rack 2s, I've got the UAC 10s. So I'm kind of curious to see how the UAC 10s feel. If I remember correctly, the UACs, the high-level UACs, have gone like the clan route. So it's like multiple projectiles being fired per shot. Is the streaming easier than making the videos for YouTube? Yes and no. The streaming is 100% effective. Like, the total time I'm recording goes up for people to enjoy and or mock and or laugh at. So, you know, it's 100% of the time. But it's also it's also long time as well, and constant interaction rather than like babbling to myself like an insane person into a microphone, like normal video recording. So it's a very different thing. It's a different way of doing it. And then the streams always last for about, usually last about 2.5, 3 hours-ish each. And there have been times when I've done multiple streams in a day as well, so it's like 6 hours of the day I might have been streaming. It's like, unfortunately, I don't think I have it in me to really do it that much. Because you know, the whole introvert, poor social skills, yada yada yada. Basically my rat's nest of a headspace, as you guys helped me call it. So yeah, it's. Despite how long I've been doing it, YouTube is continuing to be a voyage of self-discovery. I think is probably the best way to term it. Oh, and he just test-fired a Gorse, I think. And there's also the fact that I have to try and be entertaining all the time, you know? So, that doesn't help either. It's like, I don't want to be entertaining. Why have I got to be entertaining? Why have I got to maintain this cheerful facade for people?
We've captured resource point Sigma.
Can't I just slow down and smell the roses for a bit? And or blow up the heretics? Yeah, smell the roses while blowing up the heretics with the exterminatus button. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'm surprised that in Warhammer 40,000 the people in charge of exterminator ships don't have a massive rose garden right by the bridge and then have this big exterminatus button just sitting in the middle like, I'm in the garden, da 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 da, ooh, exterminator time, hit the big button, and then off it goes. Oh. Actually, I'd be surprised if some didn't do that, quite honest. But then again, Warhammer 40,000 is just so serious all the time, and I tend to be not as serious. It's all part of my charm, I suppose you could say.
They have resource point Gamma.
Is that you behind me? Hello, Lolly. Wow, I've not actually left you behind.
Kappa
Behold
is
the
under
speed
enemy
of
control.
the Annihilator. Ow! Who was that? Oh, these guys. Hello. I shouldn't stand around on a hill when I'm the biggest thing around. They just tried to artillery strike me. How friendly of them.
Target spotted. We have gained Epsilon.
Okay, let's move. I'm going to move towards whatever this one is. Theta. Yeah, Theta. Also, I forgot to tilt the armor forward again. Me am best player ever. Yeah, I don't think he liked being hit with so many rack shots. Really. I think I put the fright into him a little bit. Like, where are all these bullets coming from? Ah, run away.
Resource point Beta is
ours. Someone else got it. Okay, right, let's move up here and help these guys. Or let's move around the. No, they're all there, aren't they?
New target acquired.
Oh, they're all still alive, actually. Yeah, let's move up and join my allies. I could do with missiles right now, actually, because the Annihilator is so slow. Missiles as a supporting weapon would be actually a good idea, I think. Oh, hello, Arthur.
New target acquired.
Hello, Annihilator. Would you like to play? Just watching out, trying to get a good eye on him. Or I can move around this side.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up.
Oh, someone else with racks. I don't know what kind they are though, because the Rack 2s and 5s look pretty similar. Oh, this Annihilator's just getting charged, I think. Yeah, he's getting run at. Out of my way.
Target destroyed. Heat level critical.
Ow, that looked kind of nasty.
The enemy is at 25%.
Acquired. Heat level critical.
Here, my bullet! Oh, that poor guy.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
I do think I need more heat sinks still, because when I just go flat out, I am overloading myself kind of badly. Still, it's fun though, I must admit that.
Target acquired.
Was it my Cat Mark 2? Oh, he's dead.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
I'm actually liking the UAC 10s. Pretty nice.
Target acquired.
The Rack 2s make things.
Resource point Beta is
Yeah,
ours.
I do think I'm actually liking this loadout, so I'm considering starting to install the tech to make it more effective. Because right now it's like trying to experiment with the different weapons and things, you know, that kind of thing. But this is a very nice combination. At long range and harassment, I've got the racks, and at closer ranges, when it starts to get serious, I've got the UAC 10s. So yeah, I think I like this thing. Oh, this guy seems to be checking me out. Hello.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, I think he was checking me out. He wants me for my body.
50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding.
Actually, they've got one heavy and one light, I think, by the positions in the layouts.
Go for camps, guys. Only 2 enemies left.
I think because of my low mobility, I should probably try and guard Theta a bit.
Halfway to victory. We need to keep holding
I think
on
there's
to
an
our
enemy contact
resource
somewhere
points.
over there, though. Oh, someone's dead. And I got a kill assist, so it's someone I smacked with the cannons at some point. You're going to do twin UAC 2s and twin UAC 10s? Yeah, it's surprising really, but combining the 2s and the 10s seems to actually be a pretty flexible combination. The 2s are good at all ranges, and the 10s are just like whenever you need a bit of extra muscle for it.
We have gained Epsilon.
Now actually, I might swap down my rotaries to UAC, maybe. Though that said, I do feel like AC2s in small numbers aren't that effective, so I actually like having the sheer might that a rack can spit out.
Target acquired.
Spider is kind of battered.
Target
It's also
spotted.
2 kilometers away nearly.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
So I don't think I can really do much to get
They're
to him,
almost
but
there.
unless he
Stop
moves
them
this
at all
way,
costs.
unless they can herd him over this way, I can't really do anything to help. So I should probably just stay here, and if he moves over this way, I'll be able to shoot him. Actually, why don't you switch to some racks? Or is it just the weight issue? Because rack 2s are actually really, really heavy for the power they offer. UAC 2s are much more weight efficient. Rack 2s is like just,
We've captured resource point.
it's just a constant stream of bullets, you know? Very nasty stuff that way. But individual shots are actually pretty weak.
Target
We've gathered
destroyed.
enough
Yeah, we win.
resources.
Hooray.
This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
Okay, 439, 6 assists, 2 kills, one of which was a solo. I think it was that Jagger mech. Oh right, that's right. I knew I was missing something in what you were saying, but I just wasn't sure what. Also, Inner Sphere rule, clans drool. Whoop whoop. Honestly, I prefer Inner Sphere of clan because flat out the mechs are really flexible in what you can do with the loadouts. Though I know this is not actually canon, so you know. But then again, clans get all the better tech and things like that. Their weapons are more effective over ranges and stuff, that kind of thing. Yep, I am. So yeah, I actually like this mech. Let's start to tech it up a little bit. Let's advance it. Did you know that the Inner Sphere was introduced to the Annihilator by the clans? Actually. Windows Steel drops it 5 tons, but too many. 80 out of 78 slots. Okay, it seems slots for light engines are a bit bugged. Can't do that. But yeah, there's no space for a bigger engine. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Wolf Dragoon. Sounds like you know the backstory on that one, because the clans basically messed up when they brought the Annihilator with them. Unfortunately, that's the last of my drink. But yeah, the Dragoons messed up. They thought the Inner Sphere would have the Annihilator, but they didn't realise that it had actually like died out and been forgotten, because they didn't actually go and check. So more fool them. Let's see. If I swap out the engine to a standard, that is too heavy. If I switch it to Endo Steel, then standard engine, that gives me half a ton. Well, the thing is, I've only just got these mechs, remember, so I don't have any skill points to invest, really. Because this is literally the first time I'm playing them. That's giving me half a ton. It's only giving me I've only got 2 free slots left as well. Which actually would let me upgrade one of the heat sinks to a double. And it would upgrade the heat sinks in the engine too. I'd have to take out one of the yeah, I'm going to have to put a heatsink in one of the arms, like that. And the match I just played. Oh, yeah, of course I've got that now. I've got 1 slot left and a ton and a half left to play. Oh, I'm actually under armoured by a significant margin, I've just realised. I had no ammo problems at all, but I think I can easily absorb an extra ton and a half of armour. And switching out to a standard engine endosteel chassis and a double heatsink upgrade, tearing out a heatsink, has actually improved my heat management by quite a bit as well. So yeah, let's dump the rest of the weight into armor. I didn't realise I was so badly under-armored. Whoever designed this loadout liked to play dangerously. I like thick armor plating. I actually prefer to tilt it, so I prefer thinner back armor, but really beefy forward armor. If that makes any sense. Let's strip out some rack ammo. I had no issues with rack ammo at all in that. Let's tear out a ton of rack 2 ammo, like that. Long range, high damage, and is not missiles. Oh, that would be the Gauss rifles. Yeah, Gauss rifles, ERPPCs, and ER large lasers. Though mostly Gauss rifles and ERPPCs if you want single shot damage. The lasers, you have to keep them trained on the target, really. It's easier to inflict damage, but it's harder to inflict the laser's maximum damage because it's got a duration on it after all, like all the lasers do. Heavy PPCs have less range. Oh, I can put another 22 points of armor into my center torso. Well, no one's actually been hitting my arms for the most part, so I'm going to strip out some armor from there. Let's do that. 30 points of armor on the arms. Everyone's been just hitting me in the torso, so might as well boost that. 135 forward armor. 20 points. 94 points on the sides. Head's only 18, of course, but hi, S40, welcome to the stream. And then I think I can get my legs up to, let's go for 75 each. And then dump the rest back into the arms. Since I've maxed out the torso plating now. It's going okay. I'm actually liking the new shiny toys quite a bit. 41 points per arm. So 90... If they try to hit me from the front, I've boosted armor by quite a margin. So there we go. 2.5 million for that refit. But rack cannons, ultra ACs, I am liking this loadout quite a bit. So let's colour it now. What colours have I now got? I've got new ones. Yes, of course I have. Yeah, Lola told me as soon as he came into the stream that FTD has been updated too. Kind of unfair, really. It's like all happening at the same time. There we go. Pretty in pink. What do you guys think of that one? Like, look at me, I'm the pink beast of the lagoon. Looks pretty interesting, that armor, I think. I can brighten it up a bit if I put some red in there. Or I can... Oh dear. Fluorescent green. Maybe. Yeah, let's keep it like this for the moment. All the pink tones on it. Right, yeah, save that. Might as well actually decal it up now. All owned decals. What have we got? I just got the squid. I've got skull with sunglasses. A rower. Rower. It's like, let's put it. There we go. Ah! Fear me! Yeah. I don't know. Right, let's add... Broken Hearts to the arms. Because why not? And then let's add Caution Jump Jet Thrust on the front of the torso. Or, should I just put that on the back plate there? Yeah, let's do that. Caution Jump Jet Thrust. Right. If anyone looks at the crotch area of this mech, they deserve what's coming to them, basically. Unfortunately, I don't have any other real decals for... This. You've never really looked at the Mechwarrior Online stuff, Swordy? I mean, Mechwarrior Online is a free-to-play version, so, you know. No, I'm not convinced for that. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Remove it. There we go. Right. We don't have many options. What, you mean how all the cosmetic stuff is how they try to pay for it mostly? Thing is, you can do anything in this game except for the cosmetic stuff without having to pay for it at all. Am I in the guild, Big Brother? No, that is my title. Big Brother is my title. Oh, I could put a squid right on my cockpit. You know, let's put them on there. On the arm actuators, let's put them over here. I am Kid Squid with broken hearts, some extra jump jet thrust, and... What am I doing? Colours, right. The heart should be bright red, of course. The I can't edit the those, and I can't edit that one, so I can only change the colour of the hearts, apparently. Okay, right. Well, the thing is, Forty, this mech doesn't actually have jump jets. You can't fit it with jump jets. Most of the assault mechs you can't fit with jump jets, so yeah. Let's go into the cockpit, since this is definitely one of my mechs now. So what have I got? Yeah, that's why I put the sign on the rear end of the Annihilator, because it's the biggest mech in the game now. So basically, watch out. 5% C-bill boost to IS Mechs. Okay, let's do that. Got all sorts of stuff in here now. Hello, Pug. Put in a data tablet. An XP. Don't need XP. I actually want C-bill, so let's go ahead and put the C-bill hologram in there. Yes. And then what I'm going to put up here. You know what? I actually want C-bill, so let's. I'm in it for the bling. I'm selling out. I want the C-bills. Well, it's one of them. It's one of them. The Atlas is in this one, of course. Hang on. Do I have a Warhorn which is good for this? I don't think I do. Let's preview that. That swings a bit. Combat Radio Warhorn. that's a bit long, that. Fool's Warhorn. I think that one suits this mech perfectly. Yeah, they didn't. They haven't included the Atlas Mark II though. Right. Yeah, I think this one's got to have the Fool's Warhorn just because of how it looks. Yes. Right. Okay. Fool's Warhorn. Check. And the rest of it is just like selling out for C-bills. So. Yes, basically do. Basically, you can have. This is part of all the cosmetics and stuff. It's because of the recent packs and things. I've actually got the C-bill versions. I've got C-bill version here on the console. C-bill hanging thing. So I've got those two equipped. And then the Warhorn plays whenever you kill an enemy mech. So every time I kill a mech, this gets blasted around the surrounding area. Yeah. So it's not just me that hears that, it's everyone nearby that hears that. Anyway, let's go into the skills list now. How many SP have I got the ability to add? Let's see. Oh, I can actually add a fair bit. I've got some GXP as well. That's right. Mech experience points. That match gave me 5 points. Yeah, the Warhorns. It's not just for you, as I said. It's everyone nearby that can hear it. Okay, I can get 12 points, but it'll cost me 540,000 C-bills to get it. Okay, let's do that. Install those. And I guess let's put it into the armor tree. So it's like, well, this is a really big target. It's either that or I put it into the operations tree. Let's reinforce the armor. Don't have any AMS, so I don't want that. Grab that, grab that. Actually take that one off. Reinforced casing, armor hardening. Armor hardening, skeletal density. Do I want shock absorbance? Not really. I'm not planning to jump off cliffs or anything. Click, click, click. Reinforced casing, which reduces the chance of enemy mechs getting critical hits on me, which is always nice. Though the Annihilator actually has a flat-out chance to reduce incoming critical hits, so let's take those two off. Yeah. And then you've got the streams of bullets that this thing kicks out as well, so that's also pretty intimidating, I would say. Okay, there we go. Let's apply those, unlock those. So I have 5% bonus to my armor, 5% bonus to my structure, 3% reduction in chance to take critical hits to my internal equipment when my armor's failed, and I take 20% less fall damage thanks to that. So, okay. Yeah, so this thing is like... I don't know what I'm doing with this mech at all. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back out of it. Yeah, sorry for taking so long, Lollard, but it's like... I'm liking this thing, so I wanted to make sure I dolled it up properly, you know? Let's quickly... they're only... I'm going to quickly answer something for Swarty. There's only a few 100-ton mechs around. 100-tonners... we've got the Atlas up there, a whole bunch of stuff. What's the Battlemaster? Battlemaster is 85, no. We've got the Direwolves. yeah, pretty much. We've got the King Crabs. We've got the Kodiaks. We've got the Annihilators, of course, which have just come in, but they aren't available in the store yet. I don't think the Stalker... No, the Stalker's too light. Supernova's too light, I think. I think it's 90-tonner. Yeah, it is. Victor's Zeus. No, that's not. Warhawks are 85s. Mordor IC is not, I don't think. Yeah, that's 85. Okay, yeah, so right now, for sale, we have 400-ton mechs. Atlas, Direwolf, King Crabs, and Kodiaks. So 2 Inner Sphere, 2 clans. And then, of course, we've got the addition of the addition of the newly arrived Annihilators, which are the pink horrors, basically. Well, this one is I've got all of the Annihilators, and I've got 4 of the King Crabs. The Atlas is the only Innisphere 100-ton assault mech I've not actually got, so it's strange. Anyway, enough keeping Lollard waiting. Let's actually go into some combat. Ready and launch. Yes, there we go. Do you want me to stop? MWO is kind of evergreen on my channel. How long have I been playing? You mean since I started doing the weekend videos, or since I even flat out started playing? It's evergreen because I only do like 2 videos, and I've been working to a very simple format until just recently. So it's kind of like at the weekends, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to try and decide. It's like, let's go and play in giant stompy robots and blow things up and or get blown up. So yeah, that's kind of why they've been going constantly for a long time now, and it's been 2 days out of 7 every time. So yeah, sometimes people like to watch them a lot, sometimes people don't. And I was also doing like random configurations as well, so even though I was playing the same game, it's still giant robots, like heavy armor, heavy weaponry, that kind of thing. I mean, even the lightest of these things is 30 tons, so yeah. Wait, no, the Locust is 25, I think. Yeah, even the lightest of these things is like 25 tons, and it's a giant battle robot. So, and then you've got just futuristic sci-fi weapons tearing massive chunks of molten slag out of each other. So yeah, it's pretty entertaining, and yeah, that's why I like it. Really, it's just so easy to do, and that's why it's been evergreen, and that's why it's been going strong for so long, even though other things that were much more popular, like the original FTD series that brought you to the channel in the first place, and stuff like that, have kind of like drifted to the wayside after a while and stopped. But Mechwarrior Online has still been going strong. And end of the day, really, it'd be like recording in the style that I was doing, which is put together a loadout, explain it, and then do 2 missions, 2 matches, would usually take about half an hour to 40 minutes, depending on how the matches went and how long I had to wait in the queues. So again, really simple, really easy to do. And then I just edit it and cut out the bits where it was loading, and then it's like, yes, there we go. And I'd wind up with a 25 to 30 minute video most of the time. So, you know, it's a different approach from many of the other things on the channel, and actually one that I should have been trying to follow more closely with other things on the channel, because it's just flat out easier for me, and
Reactor online.
I feel more comfortable doing it. So.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Yeah, look at that glowing Seabill moniker at the side there.
All systems nominal.
Just proving that I've sold out. I've sold my soul for cash.
Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, in we go. Oops. There's Lollard. Oops, and I've just fallen. Oh well, let's start moving. Yes, much simpler, so that made it better. And did you notice, the Shadowhawk was looking at the massive pink monster as he walked past as well. Oh, if this game worked on shock factor, I think I'd win hands down right now. That said, the Annihilator is actually, I think, tied with the Direwolf in terms of its speed potential, because of how fast it can go at maximum. It's physically impossible for the Annihilator to go faster than this mech is currently going. You can't fit an engine
Target
big enough.
Acquired.
And the Direwolf is, well, it's called the dire whale just because it's so slow, so, you know. Plus, as you can see, I can't even hide properly behind these things, despite how big they are, because my cockpit just pokes up over the top of them. This thing is absolutely massive. Yeah, I think you can get the Atlas up to about 64 or something like that. I don't have a bead on anyone. Can't tell where the incoming missiles that way. Right. A lot of mechs seem to be going this way though. Okay, let's see. Switch to heat vision mode. Oh, hello. Hello! I see you! Yes, duck for cover!
Heat level critical.
There's someone behind me, I can't back up properly. Oh, there we go. I'm not even all that damaged from that, despite how much fire I took. But I forced the entire team to basically duck and cover, so... Yeah, that's why the 100-tonners are kind of like priority targets in this game. It can be really, really dangerous to try and take them on. Oh, there's enemies up there. Yeah, they're moving around the side.
New target
What are you? You're
acquired.
a counterfract mad dog. Okay, I think I'm going to go over here and help these guys out because there's not much over there. Most of our tonnage has actually
Target
moved.
spotted.
Yep, okay. Guys, our right flank is collapsing. Watch out.
Warning, incoming missile.
Ow.
Warning, incoming missile.
Well, the thing is, you can measure weapon damage in points, and my center torso's got over 100 points of armor. The heaviest weapons do about 20 points, and most weapons do a lot less than that, so... Yeah, it takes a lot to dent this thing. One of its main problems, though, is it's got low mounted weaponry. So I've got to poke up quite a bit before I can fire.
Take some losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
My left torso is starting to buckle.
Critical damage.
Oh, he's got a lot of SRMs,
Warning,
hasn't he?
incoming missile.
Guys, still behind us, E3.
What's up behind the C3? What?
New target acquired.
Any idea what it is?
One of us too.
Oh, it's a flipping Timberwolf. Oh dear. Yeah, indirect missiles can be a bit annoying sometimes, but the thing is, they were actually SRMs, I think. I see you. Oh yeah, that made him back up into cover. Unfortunately, we're getting over in front, so we're going to die.
Torso destroyed. Ultra auto enemy destroyed. Right arm critical damage. Center torso critical damage. Right torso critical damage. Ultra autocannon destroyed. Autocannon destroyed.
Oh, that's it. All my guns are down. And there I go. Oh. Actually, SRMs are more powerful than LRMs. So, yeah. SRMs do twice as much damage, but they've got much shorter range. Still, I did 409 damage. That's not too bad.
Warning, incoming missile. Right left.
Come in.
And we lost. Oh, well.
Can anyone read?
And this guy's just sitting on his back with his legs in the air. 409, no team damage, 4 enemy kill assists, so yeah, I helped a fair bit. I actually did enough damage to not lose any pilot ranking from that defeat, so that's good. Let's see, where am I? I am down here. 409. Oh dear. 409, and that was the third highest damage dealer on our team. That's not good at all. In this game, it depends on how you play it, because people often say LRMs are overpowered, but people who've been playing a while, they just look at it and they think, yeah, that means you're not hiding from them. Because if you're out in the open, yes, LRMs are extremely dangerous. But if you've got cover nearby, like you should be, and you duck behind it when you get the missile warning, it's like, then the missiles become negated. And there's also AMS systems and things as well, so that helps too. Stuff like that. So yeah, there's lots of cover to hide behind most of the time. Okay then, Lola. Hope you had fun playing with me for a bit there. Speaking of missiles, let's actually drag out the next Annihilator hero I've got, this guy. Because this guy's got missile hard points. Which is pretty odd for an Annihilator. Right. What missiles have I got available? Let's see. I don't have any of the new MRMs, but I've got plenty of LRMs and SRMs. And I've also got the rocket launchers, which are also new. 2 hard points each. Let's see what LRM 20s look like. Oh dear. Look at that. Look at the size of that neck now. And if I put the MRMs on, MRM 30. Nasty, nasty stuff. Okay. Is there a heat penalty to MRMs? That's what I want to know now. MRM, 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 and MRM. Fire more than 3 SRMs, MRMs, or rocket launchers simultaneously, resulting in a heat spike. Okay, so right, yeah. Right. So let's try for an MRM loadout on this particular Annihilator. Let's see how people like missiles to the face. Because after all, MRMs are quite different to how LRMs behave. A couple of MRM 30s. There we go. Which is actually really, really nasty. Considering an MRM 30 does flat out 30 points of damage when fired. Ouch. Right. Don't need a Beagle active because... Oh wait, there's targeting computers now, right. Better zoom. Beam range, projectile speed, increased critical chance, targeting locks. Okay, I've got to rework some of my mechs, it seems. My LRM Mauler could use a targeting computer in it, from the sounds of it. Anyway, I need to put ammo in for my MRMs. Right. One of these comes with 300 shots. So one of these is good for 10 volleys out of these things. Right. Yeah, MRMs weren't in the Mechwarrior 4 timeline. You'd need the Mechwarrior 4 total conversion, whatever it was, to get access to them. But yeah, MRMs are a more advanced, more recent tech development than either SRMs or LRMs by a long shot, so that's the main reason why most people don't really know about them. There we go, I've got a standard engine. Each of these launchers has got enough for 20 salvos, which is nasty. And I've got 1.5 tons of space left, which I think I should pump into the armour, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, let's pump that into the armour. It's an Annihilator. It needs armour. I'm sure 40 shots out of MRMs is like going to be pretty nasty. If need be, I can put small lasers on this thing, though. But it's got pretty good cooling regardless. I do need to test this thing out in the war zone though. So in the testing grounds rather. In the war zone, yeah. There we go. An MRM fitted Annihilator. 2 million to refit it. Thing is, I could actually get some more space to mount some stuff in if I give it an endo steel chassis. Anyway, let's see. Testing grounds not available in a group, but oh yeah, I need to leave the group. There we go. Let's see what these things can do. Kind of curious about these things really, because as I said, they're different from the usual things. SRM is just point and shoot. LRM's target lock, and then they home in. But MRMs, they actually move to track the mouse pointer, so it's like so you can actually guide the stream onto a target over if there's a bit of distance involved. Okay, let's see. Have I got these correctly configured? I believe I do. Right, yep, they look okay. Do I need to target lock though? That's another question. In a way, yeah, from what I've read about them and heard about them from some people who are testing it. They're also unusual as far as inner sphere missiles are concerned, because inner sphere missiles have been burst fire. While the clan LRMs have been stream fire, which is actually the same as, well, like these. So MRMs are the first stream fire missiles. A crap ton of heat. Hang on. Not excessively so. I could probably use some more heat sinks though. Yeah, I think I need better heat cooling.
Target acquired.
Hello, Locust. Pointing at the target, they were actually, yeah, they were trying to guide in, so I'm a bit too close for the launchers right now, but,
destroyed.
There we go. Yep, I think this is a design I would like to take into actual combat. Though, mind you, it's got a really big neck, so it'll be easy to hit the side torsos in it, so that's a slight defensive weakness because of the size of the launchers involved, but yeah, while I was pointing at the Locust, the missiles were trying to home in on it. So yeah, they are laser guided unless you're pointing at terrain. Since when? Since always, actually, Sorty. You've been able to overheat with any kind of weapon in this game, including ballistics. About the only thing actually completely safe from it is, I think, machine guns. And even then, they can generate a bit of heat if you've got too many of them. So, yeah. Well, at least I think they can. I'm not 100% sure. I don't use them that much. But yeah, missiles have always caused heat. And ballistics have as well. Like my AC-40 catapult, that tends to overheat itself fairly often. That reminds me, I need to check the weaponry settings on that too. I seem to remember there was an enemy mech around here, but can't seem to find it. Yeah, this thing won't need to be exposed as much before it can fire its weapons. Actually, let's... I'm going to be exposing the torso anyway for the most part. Right now I'm configured to fire left-right, like that. So yeah, let's get an alternate firing group set up. Let's see, what does that one do? Okay, that's the higher one. I actually want that to be group 4. That should be group 3 for the lower. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fixed. Right, so I can now fire left and right, or I can fire up and down, top and down. So, yeah. Okay, let's keep those settings and back out. But yeah, these things got really big launchers, so it's increased the size of the neck quite a bit. The gorse you'll be safe in. What do you mean by that, Epic? The gorse I'll be safe in. I've not got any gorse rifles on this after all. But yeah, the neck is so much thicker than that. It's like double the size pretty much. Okay, let's take this into the matches and test it. Right. Test it under battlefield conditions. Top launchers is just below the cockpit, and then if I poke up above that, it's like the other launchers can come into play as well. The question is now if 20 salvos of missiles is going to be a good amount to carry, considering my AC-40 catapult carries like 60 shots of AC-2 ammunition, or something nasty like that. That reminds me, I actually need to go into my AC-40 catapult and see what it looks like with Ultra AC-2s. Oh, that would be so nasty if I can actually fit them into it. Though I'd have to probably pay the price by stripping out some ammunition or something like that, because it's it won't have the tonnage to properly mount them. Oh, it'd be such a beast. Oh yeah, that's right. Gorse rifles don't generate heat either. I forgot about those. Shows how often I use them, really. But yeah, if you have a mech which can have high-mounted weapons, it's very good for just poking the head over a hill and shooting at people. Let's have another chocolate button while I let this thing load up. Om nom nom. Oh, they're melting. It's a bit warm in here. Oh dear. My chocolate buttons are melting! They're melting! Also, I have not touched the Uziels yet. At all. Well, I don't remember what the Gorse rifles were like in Mechwarrior 4, Swarty. Did they have the wind-up time before they can fire? Because I seem to remember reading somewhere that that was added for Mechwarrior Online. And are they annoying? Not really. They're not actually that common. So I think they're actually better balanced than they were in Mechwarrior 4. Hi, Asian Gamer Random Gaming.
Online.
Welcome to the stream.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Don't mind me. I'm just here to make a fool of myself, as usual.
All systems nominal.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get
Okay,
in
let's
your way.
see how good MRMs can be in an Annihilator with MRM 120. Oh, this is going to be either explosive, entertaining, or a disaster. And entertaining. It'll be entertaining either way for me, I don't mind. I've never minded getting myself blown up in this game, because it can be about as amusing as anything else going on. Just need to plod forwards to get to the battle zones. Might be nice.
They have resource point Gamma.
Of course, the MRMs have a 450-meter limit as well, so used to do very little real damage, but were able to cut off a limb, kill a pilot if they scored a good hit. They're not. That sounds like it had a special consideration in Mechwarrior 4 then, because here they act like regular cannons, like they do a flat damage point to it, but they don't. They don't. They're no better at critting things out and destroying components than any other weapon. So.
Target spotted.
Target
What have we got?
acquired.
We've got target A over there, out of range from me.
New target acquired.
Taking Epsilon.
Okay, we've got some enemies on top, right? I think something's trying to get a bead on me. Not entirely sure. Someone's got heavy
Target
machine guns, I
spotted.
think.
New target
Yeah, they look
acquired.
like they're all on top. That means I need to climb a hill. Oh well, let's go this way. Oh hello, there's someone down here.
Target acquired.
Unfortunately, he's way out of range, so... But yeah, these The problem with missiles is that such a severe short range.
New target acquired.
Oh look, we've got some mechs coming in. Hello, King Crab. I am much bigger than you are. I've still not had any good ability to shoot at them yet. Yeah, they are coming out the tunnel. Right. Oh, he's in range. Come here, Ace of Spades. I've got presents for you. Oh, hello.
Warning, incoming missile.
You're in range too. Ow. Bugger. Come here.
Warning, incoming missile.
Yeah, that made him back up pretty quick. I don't think he liked all the missiles. Yeah, he moved and relocated
New
immediately.
target acquired.
Oh, he's got
Heat level
heating.
critical.
Yeah, heating is a slight issue.
Heat level critical.
Oh, and overloaded. Ooh, something's hitting me, I'm not sure what. Yeah, something's behind me. Yeah, my rear armor's getting damaged. What's going on? Not sure. Oh,
New
hello.
target acquired.
Hello, Mr. Cataphract. Have you been shooting me?
Heat level critical.
Oh dear, that wasn't not very good for him. 70% I can fire again.
Heat level critical.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up.
Yeah, this thing's run really hot really fast, but it's actually kind of dangerous.
Target heat level critical.
Yeah, a full salvo is like a raw
Target acquired.
120 points of damage going downstream at the people.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
Oops, someone's dead. Yeah, my heat. I definitely need to improve my heat
Target
management just a
acquired.
tad.
New target acquired. Heat level critical. Target acquired.
I am enjoying these things though. I must admit that I am enjoying these things. Hello there.
Heat level
Hostiles have
critical.
collected 50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, there is. I just don't use it. Right, let's see.
We have Gamma.
Oh, he's the last enemy. Oh, poor guy.
Target acquired.
That poor wolfhound. Unfortunately, the MOMs are not very good against these guys. Without shutting down the mech, yes. There's several options. I can improve cooling by adding more heat sinks for general heat management. There are cool shots, which is a consumable item. I pay some C-bills for that, and then I can use it to dump coolant into my
Resource point
mech
beta
system,
is ours.
basically.
Target destroyed.
Yep, I think he got dead. And if I have standard
Tap
heat
away.
sinks and mount them in
Affirmative.
my legs, I can stand in water, and that will help me cool a bit faster. So yeah, there are several options for dealing with the heating. It's just that I'm testing the weapon loadout, so I've not actually tried to refit this thing to be more viable in combat. So I've not tried to tweak it to, you know, to not overheat and shut down quite so badly. Then there's also, of course, the skill tree too. I can use that to improve my general heat performance as well for this mech. But MOM30s, I'm liking them. They do pack a punch, but they don't seem to be that flexible
We've gathered
at
enough
all.
resources.
So that's my main
This
concern
drive
with it.
will provide us huge tactical benefits.
This mech just doesn't feel that flexible. Yeah, it does, but you've got to have heat sinks in the legs, otherwise it doesn't provide a benefit. 331, 5 kill assists. Yeah, I could do with something longer range to help complement this mech's massive missile volleys at medium range. I need something with a bit more range to it, so I've got energy slots, so I could try and mount an ER large laser into it somewhere, I think. Maybe. Did I actually put something in the center torso? I don't think I did. Maybe I could fit something in there, depending on how much weight I can free up. I think I can put endo steel onto this thing. I could swap things around and maybe mount a lighter engine as well. Depends, really. Let's have a look. What can I do to it? Let's see. Upgrade to Endo Steel Chassis. That gives me an extra 5 tons. Maybe a PPC. Problem with that is I'm a lousy shot with PPCs. I do have a new snub-nose PPC lying around, though. Yeah, here we go. Snub-nose. Snub-nose. Maximum range 630, optimum 270, so yeah, weighs 6 tons, so if I can fit 1 more ton... Actually, they were doing a lot of damage there, Epic, so I was liking it. Maybe I should drop 2 of the MRM30s for MRM20s, make it around 100 punch. How much would that free up? That would free up a good 6 tons of extra weight. I could also go with a light engine. I think I've got a light engine lying around. Yeah, I've got a 300 rated light engine sitting here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That's why I'm trying to free up as much weight as I can. That would take 4 slots. I've got 5 tons available right now. Not enough for a large. Let's upgrade to a light engine then. So let's yeah, let's move some ammo out into the arms. Like that. I didn't have any ammo problems at all. Upgrade to a light engine. Like that. That's given me a 9.5 tons free. Wow. Then let's add a... I think the flexibility would be an ER large. Or a large... I could get away with a large pulse laser, actually. Oh, those poor enemies. Yeah, I could fit a large pulse laser in my belly like that, so... Where is that? Oh, that's actually pretty high mounted. It's right there in the middle of the mech. That looks okay. So I've got a large pulse, mid to long range weapon. Not maximum range, but it gives me some poking ability. Maybe I should go with an ER though, because I'm trying to complement the limited MRM range with a laser, so that would let me engage at just about any range. This one, an ER large. Maybe I should drop a ton of ammo. Drop a ton of ammo, then I can drop the engine back to a standard. No, I don't need to actually. I can just flat out mount all the... no, wait. Yeah, I am a ton of ammo down. No, not because I put it in the head. I'm losing track here. Ugh. Target time, zoom, sensor range, beam range, projectile speed. .425 projectile speed. Plus 23% projectile speed. Ooh. I think that would affect the MRMs if I mounted a targeting computer. Projectile speed. Let's test it. Projectile speed there. And what does that say now? Still the same. Projectile speed 425. Maybe it's a hidden thing. Not sure. But anyway, I wanted to find some space. I had plenty of ammo left. Yeah, supersonic MRMs. They'd be incredibly hard to avoid. Also easier to hit with too. But I want to mount some heat sinks because, you know, the whole... Oh, I'm already fitted with double heat sinks as well, actually, so that's good. Right, there we go. Better cooling, ER large laser in the center torso, and MRMs in the side torsos. Arms are completely superfluous, and they are just there to distract people, basically, at this point. So that said, I have sacrificed some volleys of missiles. Yeah, I've sacrificed a quarter of my ammo load. but I was actually carrying like 20 volleys. Now I've got 15 volleys of missiles, and I didn't use anything like that much, so this might be a better configuration for it. Though I have just spent $1 million to get the endo steel installed. Yeah. Okay, weapon grouping. Let's put it 1, 1, 2, 2. Let's get rid of the whole fire upper, fire lower thing. That was a mess around bit. And then the laser is on buttons 3 and 4, so that's ready to go. Let's go to skills now. Did I get any SP for that? Let's have a look, because this thing needs heat management, I think. I can add 2 SP, that's not worth it. Okay, never mind. Nothing there, right. So let's test out this MRM's backed up with a laser. It's a bit more flexible, and it's got bit better heat management on it. Less ammo, though. And this is why... This is one of the things I like about this game, is like you can muck around and change the loadouts so much. Let's see, I want to vote for River City, I like that one. Oh, it's going for Grim Plexus. Assault mode? Oh, it's going for domination, fine. Yeah. Thing is, I've never minded the spread on the LBX AC-10s either. Because LBX spread is actually really good for poking at people at long range. That's what I found with them. It's like, hey, enemy over there, let me fire some LBX AC-10s at you, and sure, I won't hit you that much, but I'm going to just dent your paintwork all over the place. So, stuff like that. So, yeah. It's very good for pinging people, LBX AC-10. That's what I do with my Mauler all the time, actually, at long range. It's like, I see something far off, I just start chain firing my LBXs at them, because it distracts the hell out of them. They know there's shotgun shells just flying at them, and it's like, yeah, where's all these shots coming from? I'm going to hide. And the thing is, it will wear them down eventually. And if they've got holes in their armor already, well, they are in serious trouble. So, I don't know. So we've got a Supernova and a My Annihilator, MC2. I think that's a Mad Cat 2, that one. You know, I have seen
Reactor
barely any
online.
Uziels
Sensors
in these
online.
matches.
Weapons online.
Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not seeing any Uziels
All
around.
systems nominal.
I need to fix that.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
There's the Supernova. There's the Battle Master. And there's the Mad Cat Mark II. Yeah, there we go. Mad Cat Mark II. Wait for me! Oh, he's much faster than me. Hey Josh, welcome to the stream. And long-range sniper setup? Well, there's a lot of variables. Like, what mech are you thinking of? And so yeah, what mech are you bringing in, and what are you comfortable with? Like, would you prefer ballistics? Do you mind the charge time on a Gorse, or do you like just tagging people with NG weapons and just splashing across all their armor? Because if you're trying to get C-bills, actually, the best thing is ER large laser, because then you can just say, "Ooh, enemy!" Then here, I've melted a few points of armor off them. I helped. And then when they get killed, you get a kill assist on them. So yeah, ER large is great for trying to farm C-bills. Also, just firing the ER large, I am not building any heat at all. So this is good. This is very good.
Target acquired.
At long range though, I like ER large is actually my favourite because they're easier to hit with in general than PPCs. PPCs are very high pinpoint damage, but I have trouble aiming them unless the enemy's like standing still or something. So I prefer ER large lasers for long range combat. Though that said, I have been getting used to Gorse lately. So Gauss rifles are extremely accurate. The problem is you've got to wind them up before you fire them. So I'm still not sure what to make of them personally.
They've got some of my rounds. That's the mission.
And then at and then there's also another weapon I've been trying to get into lately, which is 82s. Yeah, pulse lasers are definitely a thing. Depends on what you're trying to do with it. Hello over there. I see you. I'm hurting you. Mwah. Oh, someone's got racks, I think. Right. It was the meta, but then they combined those two into the same heat group for ghost heats because it was being too effective compared to everything else.
New target acquired.
Yes, you're hitting my big, slow assault mech. I hope you guys are proud of yourself. Oh, enemy airstrike coming in.
Missile.
Yeah.
Warning,
Stop shooting me!
missile.
Go away! Me and Big Tough Annihilator, me no scared of you! Not me! Not me! Run away! Hello.
New target acquired.
Oh, someone wandered up to us, I think. Right.
Warning, incoming
There's
missile.
no cover here because I'm such a big mech.
Warning, incoming missile.
Ow.
Warning,
Yeah, I need better
incoming
cover basically,
missile.
so I'm hiding around this thing. This is the only cover nearby which is big enough to hide me. Oh, Annihilator, you are a tall bugger. Oh, that Marauder seems to have the same idea. And yeah, now I'm just sniping with my ER large. Hello. I'm distracting you guys, aren't I?
New target
How far away?
acquired.
Too far away from me. You are also too far away from me. Whoops. Hey, stop shooting me with your rotary autocannons, please. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit that. Lights can excel, but it depends on the platform and how fast you want to go for the blitz. Like, I have a Jester class catapult, which can blitz extremely well, because it runs at 95 kph, and it's carrying a mix of large pulse lasers and medium beam lasers, so yeah, it's pretty darn effective actually.
New target
Oh, hello.
acquired. Target destroyed.
I helped.
New target
Oh, he's
acquired.
returning fire with his own laser. Yeah, I've not had any good chances to use the MRMs, not the LRMs, the MRMs in this match.
New target
Hello there.
acquired.
The hostiles have already started to make a dent. Be sure to stop them.
Oh, hello
target
there.
acquired.
Oops, no, I can't aim that low. Ow.
We're gonna lose.
I'm right behind you, Battlemaster. Following you in.
Alright, let's push.
Come on, awesome.
Level critical.
Yeah, look how tall I am compared to this guy.
Target destroyed. Heat
Ow.
level
There goes my heat.
critical.
I'm still too hot. Eh. Come here.
Heat level critical.
Do MRMs have a minimum range actually, I forget. He's got heavy machine guns.
Target
Oh, he's dead.
destroyed. Heat level critical.
Ugh. Oops. Hello.
Target acquired. Heat level critical.
Ah.
Right arm critical damage.
Stop shooting me!
Left torso critical
Stop
damage.
shooting me! I command it! Ow!
Heat level critical.
Oh, you're dead. Good. I overloaded again, but yeah. Oh well. Right. Ugh. Problem is, I suck. I'm not a very good pilot, basically. So, agility-based setups aren't exactly my bread and butter in this game. That said, though, I'm planning to start using my Uziel, so I'll probably fit one out that way. Because Uziel is a much more of a speedy mech kind of
Target
thing.
acquired.
Oh, well, that's the last guy alive. Okay, let's go and make his life unpleasant. Yeah, melting reactor, critical hit,
Target
critical,
destroyed.
heat critical, heat critical, heat critical. Yeah.
Command is happy to hear of your success and achievements
Actually,
on the surface.
despite the overheating so much, my reactor hasn't taken any damage. Because my center torso has not got internal damage on it.
We almost have
So
it.
my reactor is
Hold
just
for
fine.
just a little longer.
389, 6 assists and 2 outright kills. So, yeah, I was working there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do much at the start of the match because of enemies. Right, let's see. What did I do? I am 389. Yeah, I'm middle of the pack in terms of my total damage output. And that's because I was struggling to hit anything at the start except with my ER large. Which is actually why I put the ER large on there in the first place. Because it definitely gave me some more options at longer distances. So yeah, that's a good thing. Right, okay. Josh Ben, for you, if you are still watching, I will now take an Uziel and see if I can fit it out as a blitzer. See what they run like. Because I've been playing Annihilators for the entire stream so far, so might as well. Let's see. MRMs can be, but SRMs are more powerful, I think. Let's check the stats, actually. I know that MRMs hit fairly hard. Yeah, MRMs, they still only do 1 damage each. You've got more missiles, but that's because they've lost their long-range tracking and they're flat-out long-range, actually. So they're basically a semi-guided rocket. But they're still only 1 point per missile, while SRMs are still 2 points per missile, and much lighter, and much cooler to run. But yeah, this is the blitz-fitted catapult I've got right here. It's carrying 2 large pulses, quartet of mediums, and it's got a 355 engine, which puts it to 95.1. Yeah, but it's the same time for me, actually. So yeah, 95 kilometers an hour in this catapult. Most people don't think of catapults as blitz mechs, but this Jester variant can definitely do it. So it's a pretty powerful one at that. Very fast, very heavy armor. For what it's trying to do, anyway. But I said I'd take an Uziel. Let's see, what have I got in terms of Uziels? I've got actually it's London time for me. Well, it's anywhere Central Europe with GMT. So let's see, I've got 4 energy, a ballistic and a missile. 4 energy, 2 missile. Now that one's got a missile cooldown bonus. This one's got ballistic cooldown and missile cooldown. I think for a blitzer, out of the 2 hero types, which I'm looking at right now, let's actually check the engines. 360, 390, 390. Okay, no difference in speed. Yeah, SRMs are much more effective, like more pinpoint burst damage. MRMs, they spread out a lot, but it's just sheer deluge of explosive projectiles coming in. So yeah, let's take this one. Let's take the Belial, I think this one is. The Uziel Belial. And try and make a blitzer out of it. Right. Yeah, the tighter clustering is a massive factor. MRMs are just flat out, oh god, look at all the incoming explosions kind of deal. SRMs is like, ouch, where did my armor go? It's not like you have a 6 AM start for your day. Oh, I'm sorry, Josh Ben. Am I keeping you up? Let's see, let's switch filter bit for tonnage. Yeah, let's see. I could mount a 390 standard engine, but it would weigh 53 tons, which is more than this mech weighs. So, no. Yeah, sleep is for the weak. Let's see, I think this is meant to... Well, this mech's geared towards the lights and standard engines. I've already got endo steel fitted, actually, so... If I want to go that big, I need to mount an XL. The Uziel is actually over-engined for its size. That's one of its traits, so... I've got a couple of XL300s lying around, 97.2. If I could get a 390 in it, it would go 126 for a 50-ton mech at 126 kilometers an hour. This thing would be nuts. But it would also... it would only have like 9.5 tons left for weaponry. So... Oh wait, it's got light ferrofibrous armor. If I switch it to ferro, that'll give you an extra 0.4 tons. Not worth it. So yeah, leave it on light ferro. Okay. Blood is for the weak, by the way. Replace it with your substance of choice. But anyway, I've got some 300 XLs lying around, so let's go ahead and mount that in. I mean, about pretty close to 100 kilometers an hour on a 50-ton mech, so that's pretty good. And it leaves me with a full 24 tons for mounting extra things into it. Let's see, I've already got double heat sinks installed as well. Let's put some double heat sinks into the back, into the engine where they're more effective. So there we go. Yeah, another factor, heat sinks mounted directly into the engine, they dissipate more heat than if they're just mounted somewhere else on the mech. So it's better to have your engine, if it's big enough, fitted with as many heat sinks as it can take. It's more effective. Plus it spares the critical slots as well. Let's see, I want weaponry now. Yeah, MRM40. No, I'm making a blitzer. I don't think I want MRMs on it. Let's see. Rocket launcher class 20? That would be kind of nasty, but it's single shot. It does 35 damage in a single blast, and it only weighs like 1.5 tons. So that's incredibly light, but it's the single shot nature of it. If I'm going to be a blitzer, I think I want to have more sustained firepower than just being like wandering up, pressing the firing key and then saying, well, that's it, I'm out of ammo, I'm going home. Because that would be very useful in most cases. The Streak SRMs are in. So I could have guided missiles at close range, very accurate. Though people have been wailing on the Streak SRMs a bit, saying, oh, they're useless, kind of thing, because you have to lock on first, I think. Streak SRMs won't let you fire if you don't have a lock. Though that said, they are homing at close range, so yeah. Depends on how close you are to the enemy, really. Let's mount some energy weapons, actually. Let's see. I can go with Med Pulse or ER Meds, I think. I don't want to go with large because I want a flexible weapon platform. Med Pulse, range 440. Or I could just say heck with it and mount a heavy PPC in the arm. Hey, look at me, I've got heavy PPCs. Bang, there we go. Or snub-nose PPCs, actually, that's a new option too. What are they like? 10 damage, 10 heat, no minimum range, which is their main selling point. I mean, heavy PPC does 15 damage, which is nasty. Wait, you mean the rockets epic? Yeah, I knew that. So, yeah, I knew the rockets, they can't... Oh yeah, that's right. Streak SOMs don't target anything. That's what you meant. So, yeah. That's right. They hit it. They just don't hit a certain point. Maybe I should go with a snub-nose version. Let's kit this out and see what it would look like. Actually, no, I can't. Don't have enough tonnage. Okay. If I want to use all my weapon slots, I need to use lighter weapons than PPCs. So I guess medium lasers it is. ER Meds have a 720. Med Pulse has a 440. It's a blister and I'm pretty quick, so I guess Med Pulse is my go-to. So yeah, Med Pulse. Med Pulse, Med Pulse. There we go, all Med Pulses installed in the arms. Yeah, snub-nose PPCs, you can just charge straight up to it and it's go, hello, bang. Whoops, I just hit you with a PPC point blank range. So yeah, snub-noses have their place definitely, but not in what I'm trying to do here. Let's see, missiles now. Let's see what it looks like with SRM6s. 42 tons. Wait, there is? There's an emoji for that? I did not know this. Then again, I'm even more outdated than you, Sporty. I never even use emojis at all, so, you know, it's all relative, isn't it? Okay, pair of SRM6s, med pulses. I want to get a bunch more cooling. I want to get ammo installed. So let's mount SRM ammo in the center line, actually. 1.5 tons. That is the molten metal approved rating as far as SRM ammo is concerned. 1 ton of ammo per 4 tubes of missiles, and I find it works pretty well most of the time. So there we go, twin SRM6s, 3 tons of ammo. That should be good. Now, let's mount some heat sinks in the side torsos. 48, 14. Oh, I don't have the slots to mount another one. Ugh. Classical smiley face, yeah. It's not much beyond that one myself. Okay, 1.36 cooling. Right, I don't have any slots for extra things because I've used more slots for an XL and I've got the slots on. Actually, how much? What's the difference? 7, 14. No. Light ferro. Maybe. What happens if I change it down to standard? 0.5 ton more, but it frees up 7 more slots. I don't know. I'll leave that be for now. This is still a testing case after all. Let's use some jump jets in the feet. So there we go. I've got some jump capability. This thing could take up to 6 jump jets actually. Looking at this. One more slot. Okay, I'm running into slot issues right now. I could just say heck with it and mount an extra ton of SRM ammo. I'm not the best with SRM, so extra ammo is probably a good idea. Let's do that. There you go, SRM ammo in the legs. Jump jets installed. 42 meter jump distance. XL300 engine. Speed 97.2 kph. Quad med pulses in the arms. Yes, that looks like a viable loadout to me. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. It depends on accuracy from me, though, so, you know, it's not going to hit anything, but, hey, you can't be perfect. Let's strip away a bit of leg armor, actually. Live dangerously, and put it into the torso, because the torso is really important, since I've got a big blocky XL engine installed. Take a point. No, let's take 3 points off the head. I don't care if the head's got less armor. I like to live dangerously. There we go. Save. 442's cost. That's fine. Okay. I think I have a blitzer loadout of some sort. Maybe. SRM's in Group 2. Group 1 for the mediums. Let's set Group 3 and 4 to the mediums as well. So there we go. But I'll set Groups 3 and 4 to chain fire the mediums, so if I start to overheat, I can start firing less of them. Actually, no, let's set them to dual fire, actually. So, there we go. 3 and 4 will now fire 1 arm in terms of medium pulse lasers. Yeah, that looks okay. Well, now the question is, can I drive it? I think the answer is probably no, but let's give it a shot. Come, Uziel, you must prove to them my suckage as a Mechwarrior pilot. Yes. Oh dear. This is going to go so horribly wrong. I can just tell. Horribly, horribly wrong. I need more energy drink, but if I have more now, I'm not going to be able to get to sleep. Is there any left in this can? Yes! Fear my suckage! There we go. Right. What is suckage? Basically, just saying I suck. I'm just playing around with it, so it's suckage. That's all it means. Basically, it's because I suck, because I keep saying I'm generally a bad pilot in this game, and it's true, but that just adds to the entertainment value I find for me and for anyone that happens to watch my perpetual stupidity. So, you know, fun is where you find it. That's what I keep saying. Fun is where you find it. So we're on River City, we're on Conquest. Okay, so that's the capture all the different points. So yeah, a more mobile mech is actually more useful in Conquest mode. So this should be okay, at least in terms of running around like a headless chicken. If I'm actually dangerous to the opponent or to my own team, that will remain to be seen and or proven. Let's load up. Ready? I am on the North American servers, of course, because of this time of day. I am an Uziel, Madcat 2, Mauler. I think that's a Battlemaster. I think, yeah, I think that's Battlemaster in that code. Don't know what our last assault mech is though. Normal Madcat, Summoner, Catapult K2. Aha, an Annihilator 1A. Okay, so we got Annihilator. Man.
Yeah, they always do this shit.
Win one game and lose one game, so 50%.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Actually, I think that's about the average for me. Actually,
nominal.
my win rate in most multiplayer games is usually a little above 50%. In Call of Duty, that's what it normally comes out at, like a 57% win rate. But my KD is in Call of Duty is usually somewhere around 8 to 1 or something like that. So ridiculous. So I'm very good at surviving in Call of Duty. I'm just not very good at winning. Let's put it that way. Let's see, weapon testing. Oh, actually, that's something I need to do. I forgot. Settings. I need keyboard controls. Mech. Toggle arm lock.
Kappa is under enemy control. We've captured
Replace it.
resource
Yes, there we go. So instead of just like temporarily unlocking my arms by holding down shift all the time, if I now tap shift, it unlocks my arms completely. So it's like, yay, my arms are now unlocked and tracking. My pulse lasers go all over the place. So yay. And then if I get side of it or motion stick, I just tap it again and it locks them back. So I don't normally use
Target acquired.
Unlocking the arms, but it can be useful
Data
sometimes.
is controlled by the enemy.
I just prefer the slower turning rate of torso. And yes, I agree, suckage is an awesome word.
Fuel at 25%.
Yeah, I'm pretty mobile.
New target acquired.
My ally up here seems to be having a few issues.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Well, that didn't work. Oh well. I don't have maxed out jump range anyway, so that's fine. Let's see now. The problem is that I don't want to get too far from the enemy. Yeah, but the thing is, its usefulness depends... Oops, someone spotted me. Heat tracking mode. Oh, hello there. Yep, enemy team, run away. Ah! Hello, allied team. Save me! Ow. Right. The problem is, though, that you can see the central reticle where that's where my torso weaponry is facing. Most mechs I've got a lot of my weaponry in the centre torso, so that's why I don't tend to use it that much. Plus it gives you the disconnect because the cockpit lags behind.
New target acquired.
Oh jeez. Right. I'm playing frontline skirmisher in terms of behaviour, so that's not good. Turn off my heat tracking. Let's go this way. But yeah, I don't think I've really used unlocking my arms for like months at this point. Hello there.
New
Oh, bit of
target
lag.
acquired.
Hello, Cicada. Oh, he's going for a leg. He's going for a leg. He's going for a leg.
SRM ammo destroyed.
Yep, he went for my leg because it was out of armor. Ugh.
Affirmative.
New target
Hello.
acquired. Heat level critical.
Also, unlocking the arms is more useful on
Warning.
mechs with a
incoming
faster torso.
missile.
Ooh,
Left
jeez.
torso critical damage.
Yeah. Leave
Center
me alone.
torso
Ow.
critical damage.
Leave me alone, please.
Heat
Thank
sink
you.
destroyed.
Ow. I'm dying. Very quickly. Very, very quickly. Oops. Can I do something about you, Mr. Mad Cat? Yes, I can, but you're looking my way.
Incoming missile.
Ow.
Right arm critical
Run
damage.
away. It feels like I'm slowed down, but I'm not because
Command,
my leg is still
confirming that
intact.
we have possession of Kappa. Command, confirming
Oh well, I'm
that we
distracting
have
that Mad Cat,
possession
I
of
guess, so
Kappa.
that counts? Question mark. Ow.
Warning.
Ah!
Incoming missile.
Oh, there goes my leg.
Leg destroyed.
Darn it. Ow.
Right torso.
Stop doing. Ow. That.
Hostiles have collected
Right.
50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding.
Was I prodding that Mad Cat? Yes, very much so. It killed me, quite handily actually, but I was distracting it for a while. So, I think that's a victory to me. I kept it out of the fight for a bit. My 50 ton was distracting a 90 ton, so... unfortunately, 3 of our assault mechs are dead at
We've
this point,
captured resource point
and
Sigma.
2 of the enemy assault mechs are dead. So,
Target acquired.
that's not
New
good.
target acquired.
Not good at all.
New target acquired.
Yeah. Problem is, I'm not exactly good at that playstyle, so, you know. That Mad Cat was just chasing me around the place.
Critical damage.
Swap the weapons for a long-range heavy
Incoming
damage dealer
missile.
/ sniper type, then do hit-and-run type tactics with it. Yes, you can. Let's back out of this, right? Since I'm pretty sure that we're going to lose that one. Same base. You mean also taking a just an Uziel, or that, or I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Actually, let's use the other Uziel and make a sniper platform out of that one. Heavy damage dealer / sniper type. Hit and run is much faster if you've got a smaller, faster mech. Much faster, much easier. So, I think that other Uziel hero is actually probably a good one because it's got a ballistic mount in it. And that means I could fit this thing with a Gauss rifle. And use that as a high damage sniping weapon. Let's see, I'm already down to 11 million. I've spent like 5 million since I started this. Can't take a heavy Gauss because low arm actuator. Heavy Gauss will only fit in side torsos. But I can take a regular Gauss or a light Gauss for a long range high damage sniping weapon. Which one do I want? Light Gauss is only like 8 damage compared to the 15 of a standard, so let's go with a standard Gauss rifle. Fit that in. Let's get the XL engine mounted, which is what got me killed in that last match, by the way, because the side torso got blown out, so my entire mech just went bang. Let's go, got endo steel and double heat sinks installed. Don't bleed out economically just to try our crazy ideas. Well, the thing is, I actually want another Gauss rifle anyway, so that's okay. Having a second Gauss rifle around is not going to break the bank for me. Because I do want a Gauss rifle, and if I want a second one, I'll just tear it out of my out of my hunchback. I don't have a hunchback. I'll just tear it out of my urban mech, which has got one. If I need another one, so that's fine. Let's see. Let's get some max out the jump capability, so I can just bounce all over the place as much as I can in this mech. So there we go, 63 meter jump range. So this thing is pretty agile. Let's add... I've got 6 tons left to play with. Let's add a... I could add a rocket launcher 15 actually, so that would be a sudden burst of 26 damage straight off the bat. So 5 mil is a lot, but you got to remember that I was using all that to refit the Annihilators and things from when I started the stream, and to buy lots and lots of ammunition and things as well, and refit endo steel onto them. So I've been spending on a lot of stuff, but 4 mil, that's like, I could probably make that back in like 3 or 4 hours, something like that. So it's not massively penalising, because I've got enough gear to make it back reasonably quick, like 3 or 4 hours. But part of how I've been doing Mechwarrior Online videos is just how I'm willing to experiment, I'm willing to do crazy things, you know? Like I'll try random things here, like I've tried some flamethrower mechs, I've tried just different combinations of bits and pieces, just trying to work it out. The main cost really is usually all the upgrade slots here, because those can be expensive if you're messing around with them. So that's why I've not been messing around with them too much until I decide, oh yes, I like this. Now let's up the tech on the upgrades and see what I can do to make it better. So that's the approach I've been taking in this case. I could match an LRM-10 in this thing. Or an MRM-10. No, I guess just a short range one shot, probably a good idea. And then let's add some NG weaponry. Let's add... I could mount heavy PVC in this. No. ER large. I could mount a single ER large. Yeah, let's add a single ER large for the other arm. That, however, means I don't have any ammo for the Gorse rifle, so take out the rocket launcher. And let's add some Gorse ammo. Gorse ammo. Gorse. Oh, I can't fit any more than that. Actually, they have their uses. They're just a very specific weapon. I mean, one of the videos I did a while back, I had a Locust fitted with mostly flamethrowers, and in one of the 2 matches when I was doing for that weekend video, I was just running around a Mad Cat, and it was just forcing it to overheat constantly because it was trying to shoot me with its pulse lasers. It kept missing and then overloading itself and shutting down. So I wasn't doing much damage, but I was just tying up a 75-ton mech with just a Locust with flamethrowers. So yeah, they can be quite nasty and annoying to try and deal with, but they're not likely to kill things in and of themselves, unfortunately. They just don't do any real damage, that's the problem. Now, 1 ton of Gorse ammo gives me 10 shots. I want more than that. Well, the thing is, I have played Mechwarrior 4, and the base version of Mechwarrior 4, flamethrowers are absolutely flipping useless. They are actually more useful in this one. So, yes, confirmed. They are more useful. Okay, Gorse rifle, right arm, ER large, left arm. I've taken off some of the jump capability, sadly, so I usually forget to use jump jets anyway, so that's okay. I guess just a little bit of jump capability. I don't want to bounce around too much. Yeah, by itself it doesn't do much, but in this one, because it overheats you if you try to do much, 3 tons of Gorse? Yeah, let's try that. 620,000? Okay. Because of how heat works, in this one it's usually got to have a couple of flamethrowers and then put damage dealing weapons on for the rest of it, so it's more locking down your opponents and then having extra things to help finish them off, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a Gorse rifle on that side, and there's an ER large on that side. So, weapon config, let's get... Left side is button 1, right side button 2. They're on the arms, so I can unlock my arms for pinpoint aiming at a distance. My main problem really, I think, is lack of heat management. Oh, yeah. Because I've only got the ER large really giving me heat, that's okay. Right. Yes, I did. It's one of my older ones, but I did do a video with the Locust with the flamethrowers on it. As I mentioned, that's one where I was running around keeping a Mad Cat locked out of the fight because it just couldn't catch me, and it kept overloading itself trying to kill me. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that video was spoiled slightly when the rest of the team turned up and shot me, so, you know. We actually lost that match, I think, but my Locust was actually doing okay tying up a 75-ton heavy mech for a lot of time. So, yeah, let's see. I also did one with a crab with flamethrowers as well. Yeah, let's take this S into the matches and see how it does. If memory serves, I did a lot of my mucking around with flamethrowers, I think, about 3 months ago-ish, maybe 4. And no, it was the enemy's teammates. The rest of my team got slowly wiped out, and then I got jumped by like 4 medium mechs or something like that. So, yeah. Basically, it was in that that Gorges map, and me and the Mad Cat were down in one of the gullies, and I was keeping him locked down, and then suddenly a whole load of them just popped over the top of the ridge and started shooting me, so, you know. I think it's on purpose, because I was one of the last ones of my team alive at that point, so it's like, there's an enemy over here, and we know where he is, let's go shoot him. So, yeah. Yeah, it was the enemy's teammates, not mine, unfortunately. What's my favourite mech and setup to play with for just enjoyment value? Oh, that's easy. It's my AC-40 catapult. That is the mech I enjoy the most, flat out. It's a regular catapult K2, but its only weapon is a pair of AC-20s. And the thing is, with that mech, I have made assault mechs back up and hide from me and go and find someone else to fight because I just smacked them with those heavy cannons right in the face. So it's a very nasty mech. It's also very specialised. I can't engage light mechs in it to save my life because I just miss all the time. It's just not built for taking on lighter and faster opponents, but it's an excellent assault mech and heavy mech hunter because it just does so much raw damage.
All systems nominal.
And I do want to see if I can fit that thing with Ultra AC-20s. That's something else I want to do in this stream. Hello, fellow Uziel. I'll follow you. Whee! Let's see, laser. There's that. No heat buildup at all. Someone tested some PPCs, I think.
We've captured resource point Sigma.
Okay, we've got Sigma. We're just boosting
They
the cap
have
on it.
resource point Gamma.
Then I'm going to go this way to K, I think. Oops. Yep, let's go and grab K. Which is, I think, through this pass. Yeah, let's go this way. Oh no, the pass is up here.
Fuel at 25%.
No!
Fuel at 0%.
Ow. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go this way then. My teammate, my fellow Uziel seems to have the right idea. He's going the sensible way around the side of the mountain. It used to be that pass was actually a direct link between the 2 spawn points before they redid where the people spawn on this map. So yeah. Also, I don't have advanced zoom on this, so not good for a sniper. Then let's see. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have actually mounted a targeting computer on this thing as well. I forgot about those. They are brand new after all, so yeah. Okay, let's see what I can do. Hello.
New target acquired.
Oh, I think I should have shot the building. Hello to you. Let's unlock my arms. Get that hit. Oh, hello, someone found me with this PPC. That took a fair bit off my side torso, actually. Let's move up here. Can I shoot someone? I can! Hello there.
New target acquired.
Oh, missed. Nope, he's in cover. Oh, there's someone over there. And I hit him. Okay, can't Can't see him. Can see you. Hello. Right, let's actually shift position slightly. He's got a lot of racks on him.
New target
Ow.
acquired.
No, I think he might have Ultra AC2s actually. Yeah, this is about as far as I can zoom. I don't have advanced zoom unlocked, sadly. Oh, that hit him in the arm, I think.
Need assistance.
Oh, wait, yeah, right arm is hidden. Right, so I can only fire from here with my
Warning, incoming
course.
missile.
Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile.
We've already gained
Ow.
a quarter of the resources.
Warning,
Keep it up.
incoming missile.
Okay, someone doesn't like me. Ow. Problem is, that's not cover from LRM, so I need to move. Yeah, but the thing is, if you've got a good sniping spot where the enemy's not really locked onto you, it's usually better to just try and take as many hits as you can. Yep, that got their attention. Move! Nope, missed. This is why I wanted extra tons of ammo. I know I'm a bad shot with the Gauss. So, more ammo, better. Hello. Problem is, I've got long-range weapons, so I actually don't have that much in terms of raw damage potential when things get closer in. My weapons are just not rigged for close range and combat.
New target acquired.
Yeah. What have you got? Oh, he actually has got some racks, Rotor AC2s. And I think they've both either run out of ammo or just jammed. Not sure which, but he's lost them for now. Right, okay, let's shift position again. Shift around. They are winning, I think, right now. Nope, missed. Wait. This King Crab's pushing forward a bit.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
And he has a Warhorn fitted, of course.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Hostiles have collected 50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding.
Your center torso is open, mate. I want to kill you. Get on here.
Right leg critical damage.
No, stop killing me! Stop killing me! That's not fair. I'm allowed to kill you, but you're not allowed to kill me. Fish.
Incoming missile.
Oh, jeez.
Right torso.
Enemy team.
critical damage.
Stranger danger! Ow! I'm dead.
The enemy has
Right.
tapped enough resources. We failed.
Yeah, the problem with that, Josh, is that, yeah, ambush people who check my last location. The problem is that they are going to try and stay at a distance themselves. So if they move in and try to check my position, they'll have an advantage because they've got more close-range weaponry than I do. So if I'm going to be so heavy on the sniping, I really need to try and stay further away. That's what it boils down to. Because I just can't compete with them when they close into their own weapon ranges. Like, my Gauss and laser, I was doing some damage to them at long range, but as you saw there, as soon as a group of them got close, or even before that, just like some closer range mechs were getting into firing range, I was taking a lot more damage than I was able to dish out to them in turn. So that's the main drawback of specializing yourself for sniping. You don't have close-in damage potential anymore. So you either carry backup weapons or you stay the heck away from anyone that could be a danger to you. Really. So yeah, that was a sniper attempt. It was very sniper focused, really. Let's go heavy. And hit. Let's go boomstick. My catapult K2. Let's check my loadout. Can I fit UAC 20s in this thing? They're 15 tons apiece. Regular AC is only 1 ton difference, actually. I think I can convert this thing to UAC-20s. Oh, this is going to be glorious if it works. Let's strip out 2 tons of ammo, strip out the AC-20s, put in the UACs, which are 1,000,000 C-bills each. And there we go. Oh dear. Right. Well, I can fit that. I can definitely fit that. I could actually claw back a bit of tonnage if I upgrade this thing to light ferro. Yeah, I can't mount regular ferro, that's why it's got standard armor, but I can fit light ferro on this thing. I've got enough slots to do that. So if I do that, that frees up about half a ton, so that's half a ton more shots. Okay. I think this is going to be fun, this one. Though the question is how it's going to compare to the regular AC-20 load, because I've lost 2 tons of ammo for this change. Now that said, 21 plus 6. Regular AC-20 is, I think, 10? No, 7 plus 2. So yeah, I do get a lot more ammo, but I seem to recall the UAC-20s fired 2 shots at once. So that might be a slight issue. Where can I strip out a little bit more? There we go, tiny bit of center torso armor. Oh! I could actually fit a light engine as well. If I've got the slots for it. Okay, let's load the high explosive ammo into my feet, where I'm stamping around with them, like that. And there's a half ton to go in my cockpit. So I'm sitting on some of my ammo. UAC-20s. Loaded. Tons of ammo for it. What would happen if I... Can I mount a light? I could mount a bigger engine of a light variety. I could mount up to a 285. That would be a flat speed increase of like 6 kph, though. That's not... Yeah. The thing is, though, the tonnage I'd gain from that would have to go into the engine because it would tie up what's left of my slots. Unless... What happens if I drop down to standard armor again? That does not free enough... Yeah, that doesn't free up enough to mount a light 300. Sadly, I'd have to drop some 2.5 tons to mount one of my 300s. What about 275? $275 is 3,000,000 C-bills, 68. Problem is I can move at 65 already, so it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. The light ferro though gives me an extra, some extra shots for my autocannons, which is always good. An extra 9 plus 3 shots, so that's 12 shots more. Yeah. I think this is as good as I'm going to get it, because this has been one of my favourite mechs, of course, so it's like... yeah, this is my favourite mech, or one of them, so it's a case of trying to get this thing tuned up properly. So, even so, mounting these UAC-20s is going to cost me nearly 2.5 million C-bills as it is, so that's just flat out from buying the weapons and ammo for this thing, as well as the light ferro refit for the armour. So yeah, investing a fair bit in this one. Let's try it. Thing is, I know that I can use the light ferro armor if I swap back to the regular AC-20s. Ooh, look at that, I've got 2 Gatling cannons on the sides of this thing now. This should be fun. Let's see. Weapon grouping 1, 2, like that. Save it. Do I have some extra things lying around? Owned. Unfortunately, I've only got 1 of each. I didn't splash out to get the extra C-bill holograms, so I think it's my Annihilator that's got those right now. Yeah, it's my big pink beast that's got those. Oh, I still love how this thing looks. Okay, anyway, strip out cockpit items. Yes. Save you. And then let's select my boomstick, because this is my boomstick cockpit. And let's mount the extra C-bills, because C-bills is my main limiting thing these days. And then, what do you sound like? No. Yes. That's it, you. Right, there we go. Yes, I do have the skill set. That's why it's saying on the ammo, it's +6 ammo. So that's about +25% to my ammo from those. Because this is one of the mechs I've got massive skills invested in. So yeah, as you can see, this mech is already maxed out, and it's got 9 extra SP available for unlocking more nodes on it. Increase ammo by 4 per ton. No, this is UAC 20 ammo, not regular AC ammo. But yeah, as you can see, I've got magazine capacity, stuff like that. So yeah, I've already got maxed out magazines. I've everything I can put into this mech to boost the cannons, except for shell velocity and range, I have got installed. Oh yeah, I forgot. They've also added these ones here, which allows flamers to, well, affects how much flamers overheat you. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. These ballistics are maxed out in terms of capacity. But yeah, that's 6 per ton on the UAC 20s. If I swap out for the AC 20s for the moment and check that, then it's +2 per ton on those. So it looks like the UAC stuff has been changed a little bit. Yes, I want to move without saving. Good. Okay, anyway, let's take this thing into some fighting and start blasting at people. So yeah, what happened, Epic, is I think they've taken the feedback from the public test server and then changed it a little bit. Or something like that. But that's to be expected, because that's why it was on the public test server. Just trying to test it out and stuff like that. Hey, no problem. I mean, I wasn't aware of it, so... Maybe you were thinking of a different ammo type or something? Because I didn't even look at how much it should be changing per ton. It's just the fact that because this mech's focused so much on just carrying 2 massive cannons, it's like, squeeze absolutely as much performance out of it as I can. Like, every last little drop. That's what this one is about. Oh, the jam duration. That's a point. Yeah, actually, I don't have the nodes for jam duration, do I? Oh well, we'll see how it goes. I don't mind swapping a couple of skill points around to get jam duration cut down, but it depends on how the UAC 20s feel compared to if I was running around with just the AC 20s. Or I could have a look at mounting LBX 20s on this thing. Oh, anyone that's got holes in their armor, this thing would just tear them to shreds if it had if it had an LBX AC 20s on it. I'm sorry. I get all giggly when I think about just all the DACA. I think I'd make it a pretty good orc, to be quite honest. Except that I can't do the gravelly voice consistently, so, you know. So much for that idea. So much for that idea. Okay, let's see, what do we got?
I apologize now. I'm running 5 rotary AC2s.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and try it.
I was about to say, I did
instantly
quad
overheat.
Ultra 2s, and it worked amazing.
Oh, they're
What?
not going to be all fired at the same time.
Yeah, the
What
thing,
about
Reactor online. Sensors
the thing about it
online.
is, if you're alternating between the 2 firing groups, you are going to tear things to pieces.
All systems nominal.
That's what I was doing when I
Command
was
coming
rolling
in.
fives.
Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles.
Yeah, Swarty, that's
Getting
because, as I
They're
said,
pretty heavy,
people are
though.
generally viewing UAC-2s as less effective weapons.
What supports 5 ballistics?
They're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not. They're a little bit heavy, but they are very flexible in terms of what range you can engage at. That's their main benefit.
They have resource point Gamma.
Plus the fact that they shake mechs around so much when you're hitting them.
Clan's got rotary too.
We've captured resource
No,
point
rotary is an
Sigma.
inner sphere
Oh,
only.
no.
Inner sphere's got rotary AC2s and AC5s.
The rotary AC5, a single one can strip mech armor like a dream. 2 together, the heat sucks, but they strip armor quick.
Command.
Yeah, very true. That
confirming
I've
we
actually
have
got one of my
possession
Annihilators
Gamma.
carrying a pair of RAC2s. It's very nasty.
How many tons of ammo do you legitimately need for?
Well, for my RAC2s and my Annihilator, it's only
Resource
like
point Beta is
5 or
ours.
6 tons of ammo.
I usually
I
take
put
2 per.
4.5.
Yeah, it's surprising how much you can get away with because it's like 300 shots per ton.
Once I do the ammo quirk and actually get all that installed.
Okay, they're all underneath. I need to drop down. Yeah, one of the people watching my stream says, "My advice: need more DACA." I think that sums up the racks quite nicely, to be quite honest. But then again, on my Annihilator, the racks are actually backed up by a pair of UAC 10s, so, you know, lots of DACA on that one.
Target acquired.
I need to find my assaults, I've lost them. Unlock my arms too, I don't have arms.
New target
Oh, hello.
acquired. Target acquired.
Yeah, he doesn't like me very much. That DDC
Target
Atlas.
spotted.
Yeah, I think I need the jam duration reduction. Okay, that guy's trying to tag me. Oh, my arms! No! My useless arms! The arms that have absolutely nothing in it and only 1 point of armor. Because I don't care about them in the slightest. Yeah, that's one of the unique little tricks about this particular mech loadout that I've got working. It has 1 point of armor on the arms and that's it. So the arms are completely superfluous. It just doesn't need them. Oh hello, it's that Alice again. And I'm also hiding behind my allies here because that's something this mech needs to do. Whoops, and I just tagged his leg. Whoops. So yeah, it's a very different feel, but...
Thanks.
Sorry to whoever walked in front of the rotaries.
I can't move. This poor Alice.
The enemy is at 25%.
Come here, Atlas. I've got presents for you.
Target
Oh,
destroyed.
he's dead. Oh well. Whoops. And there's some damage from my legs. I've got to admit, it's actually more flexible with the racks. I do need to get something for that cooldown though. Hello, Urban Mech.
Target acquired.
Yeah, he's focusing me. I'm still very bad at engaging lights, so yeah, I'm going to back up to my allies over here. Yes. Right. Yep, the Urban's mech's backed off. Let's see. What are you? You
New
are
target acquired.
not detected anymore. Okay. Hello, Enforcer. Taking the UAC-20 to the chest. Yeah, he's going to die.
Dual UAC-20s on a K2. That's
Right
insane.
arm critical damage.
It is actually... I'm liking it.
Right arm destroyed. Left
Before
arm
the update, I was
critical
using two
damage.
AC-20s on this thing. But the UACs are more flexible, but it's harder to pinpoint the damage with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Target acquired. Ultra autocannon ammo at 25%. Left arm destroyed.
Oh no, my useless arm got blown off. Such a shame.
Left torso critical damage.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Hello, is that Atlas again? No, it's a different Atlas. Oh, hello, Annihilator.
Torso critical damage.
Ah! Oh!
Right torso destroyed. Ultra autocannon destroyed. Left torso destroyed.
What the heck happened to our team?
Center torso critical damage.
Last time I looked, I had teammates alive. Oh dear. Oh well.
Hostiles have collected 50% of their resources.
all those racks.
Capture
Left
resource
leg
points
critical
from them to
damage.
stop the bleeding.
Yeah, the racks. Oh, the racks.
Rats on rats.
I don't know how I'm still alive at this point.
The enemy
Oh,
has
now I'm dead.
tapped
I don't know.
enough
I did
resources.
400
We
damage in the
failed.
cicada, so.
Not bad at all.
They faced two annihilators and I lived. Oh, by the way, whoever eviscerated that guy from behind was
I got 549 damage. Not bad at all. Yeah, 549 damage from that one. That is... Fitting the UAX definitely has improved my damage output for this particular mech. Right, let's get that skill nose to reduce the jamming cooldown. Because that is kind of important. My guns did keep jamming up. Because it allows me to keep firing them before they were off cooldown. So that's a bit important. But yeah, that was my that's my AC-40 catapult. Very fun build. I loved using it, and I think I might have shown you why, because it's quite dangerous. That said, though, the UAX, as I mentioned to the guy in chat, it's like they spread their damage. It's a bit harder to pinpoint it. Well, the AC-20 is just 20 straight flat. These guys is like 3 burst shots, so better for engaging faster targets, but it's harder to just like whack whack, whoops, there goes your right torso armor kind of thing. Anyway, Mech Lab skill tree. That guy also sounded quite surprised when he saw that I had a catapult carrying 2 UAC 20s. That was a very fun part for me. Right, yes, I took these because basically this is just dumping spare skill points into it, so take those off, and let's get the enhanced UX. There we go, applied. Yep, that's 15% reduction in how long they jam up for, I believe. Yes, it is. 15% reduction. Good. Are there real howitzers? Sort of. There is a... Hang on. Consumable. Yes, here we go. Consumables. There is a consumable here, which is... airstrikes and artillery strikes are available. So you saw me seeing red smoke sometimes and going, oh great, incoming, and then trying to avoid it. That's because basically it was off-map artillery which the enemy team had called down to attack that area. So you can do area effect barrage attacks with these things, with advanced airstrikes and advanced artillery strikes. It's just I never use them. So I've not really geared my mechs up for it. Oh, actually, related to your earlier questions about cooling mid-match, this is also where you can mount cool shots, which is helping to flush out your heat sinks and heat system. This is also where they appear as well as things like UAVs and a few other bits and bobs. So yeah, these guys have actually got their own part of the skill tree. This entire set here, a lot of it is geared towards consumable slots and things. So you can make the consumables more effective in this area. As well as things like capture bases faster and make your narcs last longer and things like that. Yeah, I mean this one increases the number of shells fired by an artillery barrage. So if you use artillery barrages, there's definitely some things in here which are good. Oh, that makes it more accurate. Oh, an actual weapon called howitzer? No, there is not. But yeah, off-map is the closest thing to an actual howitzer you get, short of the sort of heavy things like the AC-20s and stuff like that. On the back of your mech, that actually sounds a lot like... Actually, let's show you very quickly. There is a configuration you can do to a Locust, which looks kind of like what you're saying. The problem is it's not very feasible. Hey, no problem, Josh Ben. I hope you helped out a bit with the loadouts and stuff you were asking about. Where's my Locust? There's my Locust up here. Right. I never use this thing. It's covered in dust. But anyway, if I strip the mech out, this is something I do sometimes. I strip a mech out and it's like, what if I put this thing here, that thing there? What would it look like? And I've discovered that if you mount ballistics in the middle slot here, you can only fit AC2s, nothing else will fit. If you do that and then column view it, it's like you've got this massive cannon just sitting on the back of the mech like that. So that's kind of thing that you get. That looks a bit like a large artillery piece, but it's such a small mech and it's such a small gun. It's not really, you know. It also takes up a lot of space. Also, the Locust is 20 tons, not 25 tons. My mistake on that one. It's also one of the very rare mechs with a ballistic slots in the center torso as well. Oh, it can't even fit the UAC too because that's 3 slots. Oh. What does it look like with heavy MGs? Oh yeah, MGs, so of course it mounts on the chin like that. But yeah, if I put a pair of AC2s in like that, it's like, look at me, I've got 2 cannons just sitting on top of it. Looks cool, but actually, you know what? Where's my XL engines? This is going to cost speed because this thing is, yeah, I can't mount a full-size engine in this, but this would be 117. It'll be a slower version of a Locust because I'm paying so much to carry these AC2s into the fight. I mean, the AC2s alone, like 7 tons each, that's 14 tons out of a 20-ton mech. And the chassis of the mech itself costs another 2.5 tons. So this only leaves 3.5 tons for mounting the engines and the ammo. So that's not very much. But you've also got to mount extra heat sinks as well because of when the engines get below a certain grade, they need extra heat sinks just to keep them cool and let you actually run the mech. So there we go, XL100, smallest engine possible. Top speed of 83 for a Locust, that is a snail's pace. 17 tons, but yeah, I can't mount twin AC2s on this because it needs another 6 tons in with heat sinks just to even start functioning properly. So yeah, I can't do that. Oh well, that is a shame. If you well, Swarty, have you seen much of my recent games in the last few weeks? Have you seen much? Because if you have, there was one where I was showing off these things, which is the Urban Mech. And the whole shtick of the Urban Mech is it's a 30-ton mech, but it carries around an AC-20 by default in some of its configurations. So it's got this massive cannon just sitting on the side of it. That's the whole point of an Urban Mech. It's the slowest light mech in existence. And it can barely carry anything. Its armor's not that thick. It's small, it's boxy. It's known as the trash can for good reason. But it's got 360-degree rotation on its waist. And it normally carries a really heavy ballistic weapon in its right arm. So that's the whole deal of the Urban Mech. It's like, carry this massive thing. Anyway, let's get back to the UAC 20 spewing catapults and go into the fights. There we go. But speaking of big, just basically big walking guns, there is one of my Maulers, which is just basically a massive 90-ton shotgun walking around. because it carries 4 LBX AC-10s. So it's like the middle of the mech has just got 4 massive cannon barrels sticking out the front, and they're basically cannon-sized shotguns. So yeah. That's it though. I think the Annihilator could probably would do better because that's a 100-tonner and it can actually do that as well. So, though it would, if you want a lighter engine in it, a light engine, it would have to carry those in the arm. Yeah, to carry some of its LBXs in the arms. Actually, before I started the stream, I was poking around with the Annihilator and it could actually carry 6 LBX to AC-10s. Of course, it had no space for anything else, so it wouldn't be very effective, but yeah, you could have an Annihilator just carrying 6 LBX AC-10s around. It'd be extremely insane. It just wouldn't be able to do much at all. Because it wouldn't be able to move, it'd have barely any ammo, and so it'd just run dry extremely quick. But yeah. It'd just be a massive walking shotgun, effectively.
Have we all decided 3S is the best?
Reactor online.
Which one is the 3S?
Online.
The one
Weapons
with 1 ballistic
online.
and 4 energy.
All systems nominal.
Command coming in. Capture and hold
I don't know,
resource
really.
points. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
I've been poking around with all of them, and they've got several different versions, which are quite good.
This is my first game in any of them.
Well, you are in a good one. Yes, I'll give you that one. But don't rule out the other variants just yet. Because they've got some fun combinations on those ones as well. Like I've got one which is 4 medium pulse lasers and 2 SRM6s. It's pretty flexible close range brawler.
What's next there?
Yeah, that's the...
Yeah, that's the hero one.
Reinforcement.
Yeah.
We have Gamma.
Where are the assault mechs? I need to hook up with those. The thing with this heavy mech, it's a heavy mech assault mech hunter, but it's not tough enough to do it by itself, so it actually needs to support its allies to be effective. Hello there.
Take it out north.
Yes. Eat my bullets! Oh, they've all gone into hiding now.
Critical.
And I am... There you go, Sporty. I just almost overloaded from firing ballistics. Right. Oh, man. 685s? That would actually be really nasty. Anyway. But yeah, that's the thing about this thing. It makes mechs duck and cover quite a lot because of how much firepower it spits out. Oh, hello.
Critical damage.
Yeah. A hunchback wandered up to me. Ow! What the... Hello, Atlas.
New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Ow! Enemy artillery strike, I am backing up. Oh, there's something pointing this way. Yeah, there you go, artillery coming in. But yeah, that was proof positive that you can overheat very easily from...
Command confirming that we have
Destroyed. Left arm
I need to get
critical
clear, I am
damage.
exposed now.
Right torso critical damage.
Don't do all you like to my armor, just don't kill my Ultra AC-20, because I like to have
Beta
them.
is controlled by the enemy.
Ow. No! I wasn't using that rear armor anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying no about it. Well, my armor is front tilted, so my rear armor is basically cardboard most of the time. Yeah, very hard to pinpoint this thing. Still, I inflicted a lot more damage there, so that's fine. Oh, hello.
Heat level critical.
Hello, Battle Master. Yep, there goes my heat level again.
Target destroyed.
There goes that Atlas. I like to think I helped there, not entirely sure. Let's switch to heat targeting mode.
The enemy is at
Problem is, this is a very hot map. Hello.
Heat level critical.
Almost overloaded. But I got that guy to back up because I was just hitting him with so much firepower. that's the other thing I like about this. Heavy / assault mech hunter, and it makes mechs think twice about engaging it most of the time because of just how much firepower it pumps out. Very good for suppressing the enemy too. Though the UACs are definitely proving quite helpful. Hello, King Crab.
Target acquired.
Oh dear, he's about to die, I think.
Target destroyed.
He's dead.
Ultra
Oh,
autocannon ammo at 25%.
Yeah, at low ammo warning.
Target acquired. Heat level critical.
Oh, that's a blood adder. I don't think I've actually seen one of those in the matches yet. Oh, missed. Okay, let's go this way.
New target acquired.
You are a hunchback. He's a hunchback. Okay, let's go and smack him with my aces. Don't care about missiles. I've got things. Oh, I think we might have lost this game.
Destroyed.
Ow,
Center torso
ow.
critical damage. Ultra autocannon destroyed.
Oh,
There's one thing I hadn't really considered is that the rats kind of force you to face tank.
Right torso.
and there we go.
Yeah, they hang out.
599 damage.
Real damage out of it.
599 damage. That was pretty well, actually. Pretty nice.
Warning incoming.
I enjoyed that, yeah. I do think I'm going to keep this particular loadout with the UAC 20s rather than the AC 20s. It's my new favourite, basically. Yeah, but they started to get the upper edge and then started to roll over us, so... yeah.
Heat level critical.
Not much to be done there, sadly.
Critical damage. Override engaged.
This guy's about to die a horrible death.
Right leg critical damage.
Yep, he's getting torn to shreds now.
Critical damage. Left leg critical damage. Right
Well, I
arm
cannot believe you got out of
destroyed.
there.
Medium pulse laser destroyed.
I don't think he's home free just yet.
Small laser
Oh, no.
destroyed.
Yep, there's the enemy right there.
Left arm destroyed.
This poor light mech.
Right torso destroyed.
Oh, it's getting torn to shreds at point blank by everything. Oh, jeez.
Makes a big difference in the power of these
Halfway to
MWOs, that's for
victory.
sure.
We need to keep holding on to our resource points.
Yeah, we've lost this one.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've failed.
Right. Oh dear. Yeah, I definitely love that thing. And again, did enough damage to keep my skill from dropping. And I helped to kill all 3 of the enemies that we actually managed to kill as well. 3 kill assists right there. Yeah, that's what has always battered to me in this game. It's like, do I enjoy it more than anything else? And I do. Very much so. Right, you said 6 AC5s. Let's have a look. Poke around a bit. The stream's going to be going on for over 3 hours now. Not particularly tired yet, so I'll keep going. Let's see. Right. Assault mechs, annihilators. Don't want to mess with that one. Don't want to mess with that one. That means I need to go with this one. Actually, I need to strip out the cockpit items now. Yes, there we go. Save you. And let's see. I need one with 6 ballistics. That's got 6 ballistics. That's not got any ballistics. It's just pure energy. 5 ballistics on that one. Okay, so 6 ballistics. I need the 2A. So here we go. Right. Loadout. Ballistic weaponry. Regular AC5s. LBX AC5s. Rotary AC5s. Ultra AC... Oh! I have a massive amount of Ultra AC5s from somewhere. Let's mount those. There we go. Oh dear. Well, this is going to be entertaining. There's no heat penalty at all. I can fire all of them at once. Provided I could survive the heat in the first place, though. That's the thing. How much slottage and things have I got left? Let's see if I can... Have I got a light engine still? Yes, I have. I've still got that light engine, so let's fit that. 97 tons. Drop to endo steel chassis, 92 tons. 1 slot left, though. Right. 96 tons. So I could mount a whole load of Ultra AC5s, but... basically, I would have no ammo for them if I went with the Ultras. Now, if I went with the standards, what's the difference between the two? Well, except the fact that one of them doesn't jam at all. Regular AC5 is 8 tons. UAC5 is 9 tons, so that would free up 6 more tons. 5 slots versus 4 slots. It would also free up 6. It would free up 6 tons and 6 slots. So that would be 6 tons worth of extra ammunition, at the cost of losing the ability to double tap the Ultra ACs. But hey, ammo is ammo at this point. Let's actually mount these things. That's a whole lot of AC5s. Yeah, that gives me 90.5 tons in my weight. If I switched up to again to a light engine, what would that do to me? 7 slots free, 4 tons free, 4 tons of ammo. No, it's 14 tons free, rather. I need to add ammo to this thing. Right, ammo, 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 ammo. Ammo. That's all my slots used up. I've got 7 tons left over. Right, let's switch back to the standard engine. That's giving me an extra 4 slots and 2.5 tons more worth for ammo. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Ton and a half of ammo for each AC5. Only 1.5 tons ammo each one, but I've got nothing to help my cooling at all. I could mount a targeting computer, which is 33% boost. Actually, a Mark 1 is only 3%. So yeah, there's a massive boost along the different targeting computers. So let's add in that extra little bit of ammo. Like, actually, let's tear out some of the. Let's put some ammo, full tons of ammo in the legs. This thing has no heat sinks whatsoever, so heat is going to be a bit of an issue. Let's put it that way. Or I could drop it down to 1 ton of ammo per gun. That's 30 salvos. That's kind of light, kind of low on the ammo side of it. Ammo, 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 ammo. I could downgrade the engine, I suppose. Let's have a look. Depends on how many slots I've got though. I can only drop the engine by like half a ton. But if I drop the to a 295, I lose like 1 kilometer an hour, and I gain a ton worth of free weight. All I lose is a heatsink slot, but I'm not using them, so yeah. Or I could drop it to 45 flat out with a 280. That gives me some free slots. And if I don't want to muck around with the this, but if I set it to standard chassis, that a 280 almost lets me get away with reducing that. But I'm making a really slow assault mech, that's the thing. If I go for a 250... Yeah, 250 is the smallest I can go without needing additional heat sinks. It'd only go at 40, so I've lost a fifth of my speed. But AC5 is a pretty flexible weapon platform, so a 250, standard, standard, standard on everything. That gives me an extra 2.5 tons though, and a whole bunch of extra slots. Yeah, I do need heat sinks, that's why I'm trying to muck around a bit with this. I've got a 255, which, does that have a heatsink slot? No. Yeah, I think it's 275 onwards that start to get heatsinks. But for the amount of 275, I need endo steel. Yeah, that's the first heatsink has appeared there. So either I can maintain my speed, sort of, and get some heat dissipation. There's a heatsink. There's a couple of heat sinks. One slot left. One more ton of ammo. Just force it in there. Do I have another engine available at 280? Oh, I actually do have a 280 engine available. I don't have a 285 though, which is the one I want. I'd need to find a ton and a half of extra weight if I want to boost it up to the 295, but I can put the 280 in. There we go, that's half a ton under right now. Got some cooling, so I'm cooling at a decent level right now. I still think I'm kind of light on the ammo side of things. Actually, let's swap around the... Let's take advantage of what I mentioned to Svorty earlier. Let's put these heat sinks in the legs. So if I stand in water, that will help with my cooling a little bit more. If I find a map with some water on it. Let's do that. And then, that's all my slots gone. That's all my heat weights almost gone. I've got half a ton spare. Let's put that into the torso. And let's strip out some of the armor from elsewhere. And the thing is, though, with the Annihilator, its torso is just such a big quacking target, so people just love to shoot it. It's kind of like a king crab in that respect, actually. I could put another ton and a half of armor just onto the center torso. Oh man, let's drop the arms down further. That's most of the weight now available for the center torso. Another 12, so that's 54. Arms are a bit lightly armoured, legs are still pretty tough, but the center torso has been maxed. There we go. Okay, I think I'll test this one. 1.7 million C-bills to refit it. Right. Oh, ouch, my bank account. I've just dropped below 7 million. Oh, right. Okay. Weapons. I don't want skills tree, I actually want the weapon config. I think that's correct. Not sure if it is, but that should be fire everything. And then let's key these alternate groups on the arms, so if I can unlock the arms and just fire the ones in the arms if I want to for some more precise shooting. I think that's correct, though. We will test it, of course, under live fire conditions. I don't know what I'm doing with this mech. If left to my own devices, I'd probably go with 4 UAC 5s rather than 6 AC 5s, to be quite honest. More raw DPS potential, but at the cost of having UAX, so it's got a chance of just jamming up. So, oh well. It's been a while since I've used raw AC5s anyway, so let's try it. See, just curious to see how it goes. Basically. Still, I think it's getting towards the end of the stream now, so I might as well talk about conclusions and things like that. Yada yada yada. I tried the UAC 20s. Pretty good. You can't. They're more of a spray burst fire weapon than the regular AC20, but they are pretty dangerous. I think I love my catapult even more with those things fitted. Uziel, pretty fast, pretty flexible. Not spent much time in it, but it feels like it's a good 50-tonner to me. So I'll definitely do more with that in the future. It's just I didn't get around to doing too much on it in the stream. That's all. And the real time I did it, it was loadouts I wouldn't normally put together. So it was like crazy testing for you guys, basically. But the Annihilator, the concerns that it was dead on arrival, I am just not feeling it at all. Sure, the Annihilator is a little bit awkward because of its size and its speed. It's a bit lower than most people would like, because most people like to soup up their assault mechs with better engines wherever they can. That's one of the reasons why people don't tend to like the Direwolf that much, because it's a bit on the slow side. But I'm okay with slower assault mechs, so... Oh, my chocolate button is actually half molten. It got all over my fingers. I have chocolate fingers. Little chocolate boost for this last match. Right.
Reactor
but yeah,
online.
the Annihilator is definitely
Sensors
not dead on
online.
arrival.
Weapons
It does not
online.
feel that way to me at all.
All systems nominal.
So I think the concerns about that one are completely
Command,
unfounded,
eliminate all enemies,
to
no
be quite
matter
honest.
the cost.
Because it's good. I like it. I'm glad I got it. And I'm over time I'm definitely going to configure.
How's everyone doing?
I'm going to configure
Pretty good.
all of my Annihilators with different weapon configurations and things. Like I'm looking forward to putting together a quad LBX 10 Annihilator. So it's like, yay. Should have tested first, maybe, but I'm just throwing it in there. You know how reckless I am. And there we go. There you go, Epics. Testing completed. I do have my weapons configured properly. And if I tap shift, I've got my arms
Feels like we're all
unlocked.
trying to build.
2 light PVCs, 6 heavy MGs.
I'm just carrying quad AC, no, Hex AC5s actually on this one. Yeah, a Hex set of AC5s. Its maximum speed is only like 48 with the biggest possible engine, so it's sluggish, but not overly slow.
Just a bit.
Not overly slow though, because normally I play with my assault mechs going at about 50 odd kph, so it feels just fine to me actually.
You're kind of used to it.
Yeah. I know that there were concerns about the Annihilator being dead on arrival. It's like, oh god, it's so big, it's so sluggish, but I don't feel any of that at all. I think the Annihilator is a solid addition to the game.
Target spotted.
Plus having over 100 hit points of armor in the center torso is pretty darn nice.
Target acquired.
No, he's got cracks, definitely. But I'm punishing him with my own ACs, so yeah. I think someone's about
New
to poke
target
around on that
acquired.
side. Yep, there he is. Hello. But yeah, back to my earlier... Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that on over. Back to my earlier points about testing is... I normally don't bother testing. It's like, I put together something I think is going to work, and then it's like, let's throw this into the fighting and see what it does. So yeah, testing is for the weak. Hello, enemy. Oh, he backed up.
New target acquired.
So I see you over there. I don't think he likes me pointing in his general direction, to be quite honest. Right, let's see. Hello. Oh, that had to hurt. Ow. Yeah, I do have a slight heat problem when I'm firing full throttle, but that was to be expected. I already knew that was going to happen. I don't have ghost heat, but oh yeah, the enemy team is actually getting brave now. They're trying to poke out and shoot me, and this is where the height of the Annihilator is a problem, because it's such a big, tall mech. I can't shoot at them, but they can still shoot at me for a long time.
We're experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
So it's 3 for 3 right now, so that's okay.
New target acquired.
Let's get over there actually and see what I can do to help out. But yeah, I'm saying it loud, saying it clear. I do like the Annihilators.
Need assistance.
They are very nasty, heavy assault mechs. You've just got to be aware of how flipping tall they are. Like, something shoots me in the back and I'm just not... I don't feel like dealing with it, so I'm just going to, like, hello, daka daka daka.
Heat level critical.
Oh no, I'm
Target
overheating.
destroyed.
Don't really care. Oh dear, he's getting torn to pieces by some racks, I think.
Heat level critical.
Oh, there goes my heat.
Override engaged.
Overriding.
Center torso critical damage.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have a lot of raw firepower
Right
if I can keep
torso
firing.
critical damage.
And that's
Autocannon
the rub, really. Oops, I just tore him apart. That's an ECM enemy really close by. Yeah, I think he's behind me. Hello there.
Target acquired.
And there we go.
We need you to pull through.
Yeah, I think I would have been served better by UX. Good day, sir. Allow me to supply you with my lead. Yes. Racks take time to do their damage. AC5s quickly rack up. Yeah, the thing is though, I could have, if I had taken UAC 5s instead of the regular AC5s, I could have done damage more quickly in bursts and then pulled back to cover when the weapon's jammed. So that's the thing about it. Now, let's see, is the other Annihilator still alive? I don't think it is. No, it's not. Okay, this match is lost. Right.
Warning, incoming
So yeah,
missile.
UAC5s would have been a good choice here.
Warning, incoming missile.
Potentially LBX AC5s, a quartet of those. Maybe, but I think that I'd rather go with the LBX AC10s for a more close range. Like, hello, have you come up close to me? Here, go away, bang, you're dead, kind of thing. That's what the LBX 10 quad is effectively good at. The 5 version would be half the firepower for increased range, basically, as well as faster firing. But the 10s fire fast enough to help deal with light targets. At least in my experience with my my Mauler.
At 0%.
Back 5s, they dish out a lot of damage pretty quick, actually. A single rack 5 full throttle does over 10 damage every second.
Fuel at 0%. Left flank critical
So
damage.
you can only fire 2 of them, but those 2 will be doing a stream of bullets for, I think it's like 21, 22 hit points of damage every second they're focused on the target. So it's like you have to base them,
damage.
but it does so much raw damage to it. That's what I noted when I was testing out the racks before I started the stream. It's like if you can focus the mech with your FaceTime, they are very powerful things to have. Very, very powerful things to have. Also, this guy is very good at staying alive. Yeah. Oh, it's a Phoenix Hawk, no wonder.
Heat level critical.
Phoenix Hawk is a light mech. Really, really agile kind of thing.
Override.
But yeah, he just overloaded, so he shut down. And the enemy's really struggling to try and catch up to him, but yeah, basically he's going to keep running.
Right torso critical damage.
He's going to run until the enemy catch up with him.
Critical.
Yeah, the enemy's caught up with him now. Oh dear. There he goes.
Control the surface.
Finally.
Can anyone read?
That took a while. Oh, he had an ECM fitted as well. Yeah. Okay, not enough performance to keep you from losing rank. 414 damage though. 2 kill assists, a kill most damage dealt, and a killing blow. So, yeah. I could have done with the racks, I think, for that one. That would have made this thing so much more dangerous. I think I've only got 2 rack 5s though. That's the thing. Rack 5s would actually be a hybrid between the Rack 2s and the UAC 10s, which was the first Annihilator loadout I settled on. Now that I think about it, it'd be kind of like a hybrid version of that, but more DACA. Always more DACA. Right, let's go into loadout. I don't actually like this Hextet 85 version, so let's strip it out. Actually, strip it all out. What ballistics have I got available? I've got a pair of Rack 5s and a pair of Rack 2s. One of the Annihilators actually came with this combination, a set of Rack 5s and a set of Rack 2s. So there we go, that's that. I need the big engine, so that's 300 rated, put it there. I need some cooling options, so let's include a couple of heat sinks, like into the engine's bay, like that. I've still got a ton of extra space available, so it's time to load on the ammo for the racks. The other thing about the racks is like it's half the ammo for Rack 5 per ton compared to Rack 2, so to keep it in good supply, it's a bit trickier. Let's see, 92. Oh no, I'm actually running out of slots. Yeah, I am running out of slots quite badly. Cooling of 0.3. Ouch. Let's see, what's that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take one of those off, put another heatsink in. Okay, slots are maxed out. I'm only at 96 tons, but I've got 2 tons of ammo per rack. Basically. So what happens if I standard chassis and then light ferro? That actually drops it straight to 100, so that's no use. Standard ferro drops the weight slightly more, but takes up all the slots again. I just don't have enough slots on this mech anymore. I think the only way I could do it is like if I did that and then double heat sinked it. Yeah, so something like this. Yeah, that would give slightly better cooling, but again, it's like not great at all. Plus, I'm spending like 3 million more on this configuration, so it's again the question of cost and practicality. Like, I'm already spending like a million odd to get the extra pair of Rack 5s to mount in this thing. So actually, let's take off the rack ammo in the arms. Install an additional heatsink here. Yeah, so 2 heat sinks in each arm. Add another ton of rack ammo there. So I have 4 racks, 6.5 tons of ammo. Bad cooling. I'm going to find something to do with the extra Rack 5s at some point, so that's why I'm buying them now. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this thing, so it's like... this thing is basically a Rack 20. And this one I am actually going to take into the testing grounds, so... let's drop into... Frozen City? No, that won't give me a good idea of how the heat is. Let's drop into... Caustic Valley. Yes, Caustic Valley, a hot one. And let's see how well this thing keeps its temperature in check under the most stressful conditions possible. Probably going to suck and overload itself and blow to pieces, but whatever. Also, by the way, if you guys are waiting for more matchmaking, that's officially done. Just letting you know that now. That is officially done. I am just testing this configuration right now, and then I'm going to be ending the stream pretty soon. Right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, needs more cooling. Yeah, but it does need a bit more cooling, this thing. It probably getting more cooling option is definitely an option, but the fact is the limited ammo too. Let's see, we've got a Jenna over there. It's behind something though, I think.
Target acquired.
No, it's not actually. It's not.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, yep, definitely doing a lot of damage. Very, very much damage. Problem is that it overheats. I think you missed the last match, Horsey, because I'm thinking of just... Yeah, I'm just testing around right now with this quad rack 5 loadout. I tried the Hextet AC5 loadout. Didn't really like it too much in the last match. Though I've basically summed it up saying that I look forward to getting the Uziel working for me, because it's a decent, flexible... It's a really flexible medium mech, I think the Uziel is. And I do like the Annihilator, it's just it's a bit tricky to play, that's its main issue. It's so big and sluggish compared to what most people like to use, so it's a bit of a different playing style really. And how useful is it to have more than 2 racks? Well, the thing is, it's the jamming. Like, I can do this, then I wind the other ones up and fire those. So I'm keeping them cool, basically.
Level critical.
So you see, I keep alternating them like that, and it's avoiding them overloading and jamming. It would be more useful with the Rack 2s because of their faster rate of fire and more ammo, and flat out less heat, basically. So it's more useful with the Rack 2s than the Rack 5s, but if you have multiple groups of racks, you can maintain a much better stream of bullets. In like just stand somewhere and just like dakka all the time.
Critical.
And there goes that awesome. I just tunneled straight through its armor basically. Yeah, this thing is kind of nasty. But yeah, the thing of it is though that the Rack 5s actually do twice as much DPS than the Rack 2s. So that's the trade-off. The Rack 2s are more sustainable, better range, more ammo. Rack 5s more powerful.
Target acquired.
Hello, Casafract. Yeah, this thing would definitely benefit from better cooling. Now, if I hit the override, let's do this.
Heat level critical.
Overheating? Don't care. Feel the burn! And my engine is slowly tearing itself to pieces.
Left arm destroyed. Heat sink destroyed. Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed.
And there we go. I cooked off my ammo reserves and then melted down my reactor. Because I overloaded my mech just far too much for it to cope with. So yeah. That was pretty nice, actually. Oops. No. So this is all the help stuff. Yeah, quick match. Ultimately, I think there is a place definitely for quad rack 5. The problem is just doing it decently, you know? Like, actually, if I could fit these things in the arms rather than the center torso, then I could fit an XL engine and I'd have more tonnage to play around with some extra stuff. But that would come at the cost of having to swap out the endo steel, I think. As well as meaning that if I lose a side torso, the mech would die most likely. So it's getting into the whole trade-off territory basically right now. Like I could put the rack 5s into the arms instead, like that, and then I could I have to take off the endo steel, which is a good 5 tons. Now what's the saving if I switch out to the XL engine? 25 tons to 15 tons. Okay. I get nearly 9.5 tons saving. So yeah, XL. I get an extra 4.5 tons to play with. But it's at the cost of like being a lot more vulnerable. So yeah, that's that. I've got another 8 slots left to play with, and 8.5 tons of weight. So yeah, this actually looks like it's going to be a lot more viable. But I'm going to spend all the extra weight, all the extra lovely, lovely weight I've just gained by swapping this out on heat sinks. Or a good bunch on it, because this thing really needs more cooling more than anything else to keep it viable. 94, 90. No, take the case out. Don't need case. Case is for the weak. I don't care about internal ammo explosions. 97, 98, ooh, 99. Much better cooling. There we go. Much better cooling. Same ammo reserves. Might be a little bit on the light side for the ammo. I've got half a ton left, and it only cost me 500,000 to refit this thing. Actually, mind you, it does cost a lot less to take it off rather than put it back on. So I'd lose the endo steel fitting on this. But I've got the racks and I've got much better cooling, so I can sustain fire much better. Yeah, this goes to show that advanced tech, sometimes it's not the right thing. Like, endo steel is a go-to, especially on heavier mechs for the most part. But sometimes you can fit it better if you don't have it. But the thing is, I've actually gone advanced tech on the XL engine instead, which has given me all the slots and tons I wanted for what I wanted to do. But now, actually, Sporty, the problem is losing one part will hurt more. Quite frankly, losing the arms will lose a bunch of cooling and one of the racks. Not too bad. But before, I could have lost a side torso. It would cost me 2 racks, but I wouldn't have died from it. Now that I've got an XL engine installed, if I lose any of the torso sections, right torso, center torso, left torso, any of those, then I will just drop dead. So, yeah. That's the penalty for mounting more stuff, basically. I'm easier to kill, as I am right now. And let's actually get these 2 racks on the arms in their own control group, so I can just track with the arms if I want to. Okay, right. And let's take this one back into the testing ground. But I think I have a pretty nice Daka loadout. Ammo? No, it's the fusion engine's 40. It's just flat out my engine. It's just the fact that my engine is now, because I've swapped out from a standard engine to an XL engine. The engine is now twice as large, and so it's actually got part of my central fusion engine in the side torsos. So if I lose a side torso, it's basically the same as if I lose the center torso. My engine gets destroyed. So, yeah. That's why I'm a lot more vulnerable now that I've got an XL engine fitted. An XL fitted fusion engine? Actually, no, because the engine doesn't go super critical. It's got all sorts of fail-safes and stuff in it, so it doesn't go nuclear if it gets destroyed. It shuts itself down before that. But the problem is now that basically it's tearing out a big chunk of the reactor if I lose a side torso. Oh yeah, that's much better on the cooling.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Much better on the cooling. Oh yeah.
Heat level critical.
I'm only overloading on my heat now. Or getting into critical, but oh, I almost killed it. And now it's dead. If I hadn't fired quite as quickly, I would have killed it without overheating. So yeah, the cooling is now much, much better on this configuration. I like it.
Target acquired.
Yeah, I think that gen is kind of dead, to be honest. Yep, it's dead. Right. Well, actually, I misspoke. It's less. It's not less nuclear. Rather, the superheated plasma just goes splat in all directions, and go. Yeah, so the entire thing just goes back. Goes bye-bye. Massive destruction. Entire center of the mech melts down. That kind of thing. But the fluff is that to prevent such a big catastrophic thing, it's and which is usually detrimental to the pilot and anything nearby. Maybe not a nuclear explosion, but it's still kind of dangerous. The mech's reactor is programmed to vent and shut down in a controlled manner in the like fraction of a second or so that the shielding holds before the engine gets breached itself. So that's how the fluff goes on it. So yeah, it can give a pretty nasty explosion in the local area, but I misspoke when I said it actually goes nuclear, because it doesn't. You pointed that out quite correctly. It would still be a massive burst of heat and plasma and vapor, which would just scorch the skin and bones off people, you know? So it's really, really nasty in its own right if it gets breached. But yeah, it's not a nuclear explosion. Not really. I'm trying to find something to test myself on. I struggle to find the mechs because the test mechs are always spread around the place. Oh, there's one.
Target acquired.
You are a cicada. There we go. One set back to the bounce overload, so I switched to the other stream.
Critical.
And there we go. And then I've overloaded. Yeah. But I was able to put out a lot of firepower of just continuous shooting before I overloaded, so yeah. I did kill that thing, so I like this loadout. I'm looking forward to putting it to a test in actual combat.
Target acquired.
It's a little light on the ammo, but how much remains to be seen, I think. But that's just the DACA factor, you know?
Target destroyed. A new target acquired. Autocannon ammo at 25%. Heat level critical. Override engaged.
Actually, not be self-sustainable. They are working on that.
Heat level critical.
The problem is we don't know how to do it, really.
Target destroyed. Left leg destroyed. Heat.
And yeah, there we go. Look at my damage table. The ammo in my leg cooked off and blasted out. Then the ammo in my side torso detonated, and as soon as I lost the side torso, I keeled over dead. Because I just lost that section, so yeah. My reactor got damaged, and I lost my power source, so I just flopped over. So yeah. Such is the penalty of taking an XL engine. An XL engine on an assault mech. Oh dear. Well, as Epic says, I do like to live dangerously. It's not the first time I've had XL on assault mechs after all. But yeah, that is, I think, I am totally done. It's nearly 2:30 in the morning. And this stream has been going on for nearly 4 hours. This is my longest stream to date, actually, if anyone's interested in that. But all in all, yeah, I definitely approve of the update and the mechs and all the stuff. So yeah, it does. But that's the thing, though, Swarty, because the latest tests of actually getting close to some form of remote sustainability, from what I've heard. They know how to do it. The problem is that they need to contain it better before they can get a surplus of it. So they are actually getting a fusion reactor that is producing fusion. It's just they're not getting a net energy output out of it just yet. That's the main issue with it. But they have actually got something that's remotely functional. So long as you keep it plugged in. As soon as you unplug it, it just shuts down. So yeah. Really? You're saying nope to that? Well, I'm fairly sure of my sources on this one, but I know we've made a step towards it, but having something practical, no, that's a long way off. Something that outputs energy, still a long way off. So yeah. Yeah, that is the big problem right there. To harvest the energy. But yeah, anyway. We can debate fusion until we go blue in the face. The fact is that it's still very much an in development kind of technology, so yeah, we're nowhere near actually getting something working. Yeah, I am mostly correct. That is more correct than I usually am, so I will take it. Very much so. Very much so. But the days of cold fusion power plants like in Command & Conquer 0 Hour are quite a ways off. But yes, I'm going to call it there and go and get some shut-eye. And I think you should probably get some shut-eye as well, Swarty, because you're an hour ahead of me, if I remember correctly. So, yes. This has been I Am Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is like nearly 4 hours of me just poking around with the new toys in the Mechwarrior Online Civil War update. And I've definitely learned a lot, and I like it. So, yes. All the DACA, all the guns, and these massive beasts of assault mechs. Especially my pink horror of Khorne. Yeah, this is definitely the pink horror of Khorne. Or maybe Slanesh, I don't know. But this thing is just a bit of a monster in all respects, so yes. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later. Time for Betty Pies.